Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to teamfortress.tv. I am FrickMyNick. I'm actually joined by XBS and not Scream tonight. Had a last-second change of plans, but we are going to be casting the RGL playoffs. This is the round one. This is Smiley Face versus Meat Market. How you doing tonight, XBS?
I'm doing pretty alright, feeling good. I can't wait to see this match, though. Battleworks is going to be like a Battle of the Titans, as you said earlier, between the pockets on each team. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I would say we have notorious shotgun users, Patty and Sai, playing pockets for both team. We do have a roster switch up for Meat Market, switching their soldier players around. They have Patty moving off medic to play pocket to fill in for the vacant Bro King, and they've brought in Bear to finish the season with them. So it'd be interesting to see because they haven't had the same amount of time to develop as the Smiley Face roster, but the Smiley Face roster also hasn't been playing with Zaylor to my knowledge, and they also switched out High Five, so they've had some roster turmoils as well. So
that's fair. But I think the Bear Medic's a very good change for them, though, since him and Patty have played in the past before on a mentality for a few seasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's I think it's a pretty appropriate sub in because like as you mentioned, they have played together previously, so they're not foreign to playing with each other. I want to say the maps tonight are gonna be in order: Metalworks, Snakewater, and Process. So this first map being Metalworks is definitely gonna favor the soldier players. Which I think you have very strong soldier players on all four soldier spots in the server. You have Ash, who's a former world champion on Scout, but still a very, very solid soldier, and he mains it. You have Sin, who I think is one of the more up and coming soldiers in terms of invite. A lot of times, like the invite teams have very tenured players, but I think in terms of playing invite, Sin's probably one of the newer faces, especially to invite playoffs. And then Patty's been around since forever. I want to say he's pretty ancient and has been kicking it in invite on various classes, but again, he's a soldier main. Then you also have Sai, who again I would say is kind of newer to the soldier in the upper echelons of invite, but he's been around for a while as well, but he's a little more known for playing demo. But I think you have like mechanically some of the best soldiers in invite this season.
For sure. All of them are DM lords.
I would say, and Metalworks is the map to see soldier DM come out in force. So. And then our other two maps is Snakewater is the second map. I can't remember who got second seed and who got third, so I don't know which team picked what. But and then Process is our decider, which we get our hopefully we get our fill of the soldier plays on this first map here, because the second two maps are a little less soldier friendly. Okay, so Smiley is. Yeah, Smiley has their the map pick up medal, so I guess they evidently favor their chances with Sai versus Patty.
Yeah, I could see how Corso would fix that, or why he would say that.
This is also a map though that I feel like is very combo scout oriented. I feel like their flank players aren't given a ton of room to work with, and it's very combo oriented. And Corso is one of those players that is kind of like, yeah, give me 185, and I'm just gonna walk at the other team and get in the backpack, children. And so I feel like this is a map that's very conducive to that. You see a lot of really, really high scout frag games. Like I think the last couple seasons of ESEA and IM, we had 2 or 3 different 70 frag performance games out of some scouts. And even in invite, you pretty consistently see like 50 and 60 bombs dropped in these hour-long matches.
I'm not sure about how the Sai Guy Corsa combo is going to work out on Metalworks, though, because Sai Guy likes to play really slow, and with the shotgun, like you said, notorious, like, waddler pocket. And then Campy also likes to just, like, tiptoe around situations in fights where Corsa likes to be really aggressive. It could make up for something really well, though. I'm not very sure. Not very sure what's going up with the STV either. Can you connect either?
I think we maybe have been...
Okay, thank you.
having some technical difficulties here. We did go live with 11 in STV, and the 12th had joined, but it appears that maybe they're restarting the map. Yeah, I just gotta retry. But yeah, I think looking at the results for these teams in the regular season, it looks like Meat Market won both times these teams met, which I think is pretty interesting because I feel like, at least on paper, especially when Meat Market had Bro King, I would have favored maybe the Smiley Face roster a little bit more, but both times Meat Market came out on top. I'm trying to find the maps that they played on here. Okay, so Meat Market had played Smiley on Propaganda and Sunshine this season. So they actually haven't played any of the 3 maps that they are going to be potentially playing tonight.
Wow.
But I mean, Propaganda plays a lot like Process. It kind of falls under the category where it's very similar to Process, where there's a lot of ways that you can kind of high bomb, and like as a soldier, you don't have a ton of room to work with, like directly playing with your team. You're kind of forced to just make space and try and turn eyes. You can't really take the direct DM fight because it's very scout oriented. And oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention too is Meat Market had in terms of roster changes, they also have Use instead of May.
Oh yeah.
And I believe that's a permanent change, although I don't know if anybody's made an official statement from their team anywhere, but they have been playing with Use for the last, I want to say, about 3 weeks now.
Use is a really nice guy, good DM, but I'm not sure how he's going to fit in with the team, or I guess we're going to see tonight, but Metalworks is not going to be the greatest demo showing to start, but definitely when we get into Snakewater, we're going to see him like having more impact in the game.
Yeah, I would say I think Metalworks is a pretty forgiving map for demo, where it's like as I was mentioning earlier, it's very much about like having a combo class, just play really aggressive, and normally that's a combo scout or a pocket soldier, whereas like your demo's kind of forced to play a little closer to your flank and kind of just trap things off. But on Snakewater, I think the demo play will come into hand, and Use is no stranger to playing Invite. He played with Black Swan previously, and I want to say he played for somebody else sometime in that same era around Black Swan, like season 25, 26 for someone else in Invite. But I do believe this is... Yeah, I'm not super sure. Did not have time to do my homework, but we are going to be going live. What are your predictions for this first map here, XPS?
I think it's going to be Meat Market 5-3.
It'd be a contrarian. I think Smiley's going to take it 4-2. I think it's going to be a ringer. Now we are going to be going to our first mid here. We're going to see both of our demos rolling out. And so we're going to see both demos arriving at about the same time. We're going to see Use playing on the top left, Zaylor playing passive in his own choke. We're going to see an early soldier bomb out of Patty taking his own crate. Both teams kind of just taking their positioning, playing it slow. We're going to see a pretty aggressive play out of Moo here. Going to get focused on by both the scouts. We're going to see the soldier bomb in for Meat Market. Moo and Course are going to go down with no scouts on the side of Meat Market. This is not looking good. Sai and 404 are the only 2 up. Sid and Use went down on Meat Market, but oh, and Bear's going to die super late. We're going to see the soldier aggression come in late. And we are going to see, this is a Meat Market mid, but 404 did live, so there's an opportunity for Smiley Face to repush.
That's very true, and Sai kind of made that huge play there.
Yeah, Sai is phenomenally good, especially Rewind 2, we saw him do an excellent job of finding medics late into mid-fights, and he does it once again, and we see a scout's going to get in, Kyuki's going to try and find a cheeky pick or a force on a 404, not going to find his man this time, and Meat Market's going to take their second here. They're clearing all their corners. They want to make sure nobody's hiding as they gear up for a full ad push into mid with a pick.
Smiley's taking it slow through Valley right now, just looking for hiders, looking for any potential traps, just trying to play it safe. They want to milk this Uber into mid without like forcing or dying to anything stupid. See the aggression from the soldiers, but they're just trying to draw eyes right now as they take space. The soldier here may be caught taking that fight in the corner. Ash and Moo get killed here. This is not looking too clean because it's a scout with no, or Uber with no scouts.
Yeah, and Meat Market did a really good job of separating the flank there of Smiley from their combo, and they did a really good job of kiting the Uber at the same time. 3 down on the side of Smiley. They're going to be forced to back up here as an aggressive Meat Market with Uber in hand. They're going to chase it into the shutter. They're going to find Zaylor, who's going to try and jump out. Looks like he's going to make it maybe to the shutter of his team. He's going to be flanking the Uber, but yeah, he is there a little too early. He's going to go down. It's just the spawners of Ash and Moo trying to defend last as Meat Market rolls in.
This might look like around here they're just establishing positioning here, just these people defending the point, and they stand on it and win it. That was pretty clean played by them, actually. They took that solo with their scout really deep, and they met up with their projectile classes.
Yeah, so off of what looked like a pretty good scenario for Smiley. They lost the mid, had their med live, but they weren't able to find anything with the Uber, and Meat Market turns it around into a pretty quick first round here as we go into our second mid. Both demos are going to be rolling out. Looks like they're both going to arrive about the same time. Use is going to be a little bit faster than his demo counterpart. So you see the early spam. We're going to see a pretty early bomb out of Patty, spamming the other team's choke, just getting positioning for his team. As we see a really passive mid out of the side of Smiley here. Zaylor's the farthest one forward. Looks like both the soldiers are kind of baiting. Sin's going to bomb in, going to find the business into the scattergun for 2 scouts, but Smiley's so weak. Zaylor, 404, and Ash all ailing as nobody's healthy. Moo's going to be the first pick of this mid, and it looks like the passive is not going to work out for them. The smiley face just backs off after losing their first player.
Sin's bum was really good there. Like, he did kind of just get rolled by the scouts, but he traded that damage there, and then these people bleeding in a second right now. I'm not sure what they were going for there. They're just trying to move things along. They're bringing the super loader. They're going to take this exchange here, but they're eating a lot of spam in this doorway here. But they're going to still push off those numbers at us. They're backing up with their Uber. Looks like they don't want to use here. They're just going to give this up. Although the scout might be caught. Oh, Use gets a trap kill. Wow, on Ash. And it looks like they're going to get their spawners, and this might be a stalemate.
It looks like they want to exchange off of the back of that. They're going to take an exchange onto Yosh. 4-4 is going to get a much better Uber, about 50% better. The Uber's going to be ending in the house, and looks like Yosh is going to go down, but it looks like Bear is going to make it back to the rest of his team. As we see the soldier aggression happening in the valley side of things. They're just trading spam with each other. And it looks like Smiley's going to take this mid, as Meat Market's really aggressive in the underpass. They are going to pick Sai, who was trying to help out his scout. But yeah, that was a really good transition play from the smiley face boys, as they were able to make it the 2-man from Meat Market into a 3-man, as Patty goes down once again. So 1 down on each side of things. It looks like Meat Market's going to be bombing into mid, trying to find anything they can get off the soldier pick.
Oh, the soldier flanking right here from house, Ash.
Yeah, Ash is going to get and find a ton of damage into Use and Bear, but he's not going to find a single pick. Kyuki's going to go down on the other side of things, though, and that's going to look like a cancel for Meat Market. So we are just going to stalemate here. The classic metal works stalemate from mid to 2.
They're trying to go off this Kyuki pick right now. The soldier meeting them. He's taking a lot of damage. They're going to pop to save Patty. He's going to jump in to get them to force Uber, but this is not looking too great for Meat Market. They don't have positioning, but they push the guy lower and get the pick there. They bring the Uber lower and clean up Yosh. And Frax trading for each side.
Smiley had to pop second, but they had to flash so much that it really didn't benefit them that much. They are going to generate a soldier pick, though, in Sin, so they're going to have a roamer to work off of here as they bully in from the valley side of things. It doesn't look like Meat Market fancies this fight at all, and they're just going to back up to their last.
It was probably the safe call to do. They were down Yosh and Sin in that post, and they didn't have the greatest health. Well, neither team had great health, but it was probably the safe bet to leave.
Yeah, and they are up 1-0 at this point, so I don't think it really bothers them to be on their last. This is an hour format, so there are 2 halves that are 30 minutes.
Very true.
They would be here for a very long time to win 1-0, but they do technically have the lead, so they can kind of just chillax and force the side of Smiley Face to try and do something, as the onus is on them to try and even up the score.
Definitely feature some Yosh off-classing, that's for sure. He's on Engineer, I thought he'd be on Sniper, but I guess we'll see some of that later, right?
Yeah, I think he was just the first one to spawn. It's a safer bet to have your first scout spawn on the Engineer, as you know, it safens up your last ult if you lose somebody. Kind of acts as that 7th player, as Marxist would say. And Kyuki's not too shabby of a sniper himself, so it's not a huge detriment to have him. As we are going to see the really high bomb in from Ash. He's going to be getting it. He's going to find a really good rocket on the Bear, and he's going to get the fort. Moo ran in from the far left from her perspective and found the sentry gun, but you know, the damage was done. Ash was able to get in off the back of that. And Smiley Face is going to have a full Uber advantage, but they are down 2, so it looks like Meat Market is going to try and make something happen. But Smiley Face is going to get aggressive in right lobby. They're going to find Bear and Use and Kyuki with this. Whoa. They're going to find 3. Sai going absolutely massive. Yeah, and Sin's going to die as well. Patty's going to make it back to his own last. He's going to try and resup here. The gun's going to be under the bridge, catching a couple players off guard, but it is just Patty and Yosh trying to make anything happen. Yosh is going to trade with Sai under the point, and Patty's trying to buy as much time as he can. Use and Bear are going to spawn. They're going to get out. Use is going to be spamming stickies onto the point, but it looks like Zayler is going to sticky up the point first, and Smiley Face is going to draw the rounds even.
Oh, that was really poorly played from Meat Market right there. Losing all those people to that Uber, but then again, they were playing really aggressive with their full Uber ad, so that was really well played by Smiley Face as well, just taking that Uber and getting those kills of people overextended.
Yeah, and we are going to look at our third mid here, as both demos are going to roll out. Looks like Zayler is going to be faster than Use. Use are opting to roll out lower here. And we're going to see a really high bomb out of Ash. He's going to be landing on the other soldier on the other side of things. So that's Pat. He's going to die. He's going to be the first death here. And Pudus is going to be the next one to follow. It's Yosh. Kyuki's going to die as well. The side of a Smiley Face. They're really hurt. As Sin goes down as well. Sai finding 3 frags that mid. 2 with the shock.
Valley.
Dropping the later in chat. Sai guy is feeling it. He's asserting his dominance as the superior shotgun pocket.
That was very well played by Smiley Face. That was a super dominant mid.
Yeah, and we are going to see Smiley having no time to wait, as they are already in the other team's last. They're going to half cap it here, and they are going to be Ubering in the last, but they aren't going to find anything. You know, Meat Market with not having the other team's second capping the second means that they can just sit and spawn and kite out the Uber, and Smiley Face is going to rush our last push, and I think it's going to cost them. They do get second, but they're going to lose Corsa, and Bear's going to have a full Uber to take it in with. They're going to pop it on Patty, who's going to jump into the house, and they're not going to find much. Use is going to find a trap kill onto Ash, who I think was trying to get a cheeky back cap or something. Yeah. But yeah, we are just going to see the reset here as Meat Market takes their second, and the Smiley Face boys hold on to mid.
Definitely here. We want to see what Smiley Face are going to do with their Uber advantage. They might just opt to take the safer route and not do anything, but I think what might happen is they might go for a super aggressive Uber in Valley, which might turn into a trade if they're too slow.
Yeah, they also might just try and bully it out, like maybe push when they're like 85 and try and make him think their ad is bigger than it is, but it looks like they're just going to try and sack Ash, as it looks like we have a pause.
No, they popped Uber in the doorway. They're about to take us solo through.
Oh, okay. So they are trying to go off this 25 ad. It looks like Bear is adequately positioned for this. As we have a pause, right? I'm not the only one seeing this?
Yeah, it's a pause.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not getting Comcasted. And yeah, so it looks like Smiley Face wants to go off this. They're going to pop courses through the main doorway here. And Ash is high bombing, looking to try and catch Bear in the shutter. But Bear's already out of the shutter. So they could maybe try and focus down like the Patty, Use, and Yosh frags that are potentially still
high bombing here. And he's trying to land like 2 rockets, and there's 4 people with Corsa coming through. This might catch like 2+ people, and that'd be really good. Because even if they get this Uber, if they catch 2 people and get a lot of damage, it's going to be really hard to push off of Metalworks last.
Yeah, Bear is at 77% at the time of the pause. I know RGL does mandate the plugin that forces you to pause your Ubers, so he's going to be about 9, maybe like 9.5 seconds away from getting his Uber. So about the time that the Smiley Face Uber ends, they maybe could repush with Uber, but there's quite a few frags in this shutter door that are at a potential to be caught. But yeah,
did you notice almost everyone on Smiley Face is wearing the pumpkin head?
I didn't notice that. I think Zaylor's maybe the only one who isn't.
I think
it looks like Zaylor is the only person who isn't wearing the pumpkin head. Oh, and we are going to see her unpause here. So we are going to see Ash is not going to land in the shutter door. He's going to go down to Patty. Use is going to go down, though. Corsa is going to catch him in, and Patty's going to die as well to Sai, as Corsa's traded out with Yosh, but Sin's going to die. So there are 3 down on the side of Meat Market, 2 down on the side of Smiley Face, but Bear is about to have this Uber. They're going to pop it in the main doorway. They're going to find Zaylor. Zaylor's going to go down to an aggressive Q-key, but it looks like 404 and I believe that is that's Moo. They're just going to be backing out, but both scouts are going to catch Moo in the elbow area here as 404 is in trying to get Saws. Both scouts are going to pistol him down. But Sai's going to get in the back lines and find Bear. So it looked like a really good scenario for Meat Market. It's still going to be pretty good for them, but Ash is going to clean up too. He's going to clean up both the scouts. So late in this DM fight, it looks like the spawners and just the individual play from Smiley Face is going to have them come out on top, as it's just the respawner of Use on the side of Meat Market.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy that it took both those scouts a really long time to kill the medic and the scout there. It let Sai get in the perfect position to go for that play. It was absolutely insane, actually.
Yeah, as we are going to see a very tiny Uber ad here for 404 and company, as the Meat Market gentlemen set up on their own last. They're going to get the Yosh Engineer once again, as Kyuki's just going to build up and try and diminish the tiny ad that 404 had, as it looks like it is going to dwindle and just be even. So we are going to have the classic stalemate. It looks like that's where the pause happened, as it looks like Use was the one who lagged out. So neither medic lagged out of the game, which is good. So we aren't going to see any unfair Uber advantages here, but it looks like Smiley's going to try and pressure into last tier. Ash is going to go down to the level 2 from Yosh, as Meat Market is looking to try and get aggressive. Sin's going to find a whole bunch of spam in his face, as it looks like we have another pause.
Another pause? Yeah, I was about to say, I just connected the server. Or recharge the server, I should say.
Yeah, so we're going to see another pause in roughly, I wouldn't say roughly the same scenario, but a similar scenario that we saw before, with Smiley Face trying to hold on to 2 here, as Meat Market is looking to try and get aggressive off a single pick. Metalworks last is really hard to push out of, and it can be very punishing too, just because this lobby area creates a lot of choke points, and if your medic's on the other side of them, and the other team works really quickly, it can be really easy and do exactly what Smiley did last time, where they can force a medic to drop players, or in the case of last time, just catch out players when they don't have an Uber. So
It really punishes you for not having your players on the same page fast enough and leaving or pushing into these lobbies, because it creates a lot of areas for you to be easily caught up by a soldier. And there's a lot of like little nifty spots you can put traps to get a bunch of kills, as we've seen before, and we'll probably continue to see.
I was say one of the best ways to combat like a soldier or something is to kind of group up, but at the same time you don't want to group up too much, and these tight corridors make it pretty difficult. And going back to the last hold again, we do have the Yosh Engineer. He's got his level 3 up, and that's about the only off class we see. I do know Smiley Face has a whole multitude of potential snipers. I know Ash, Corsa, and Moo can all play sniper, so it'd be interesting to see if they opt to run somebody back. It looks like, hold on, which character is this? It looks like Moo is looking to run back onto bridge, so I don't know if Moo's gonna run back to spawn and try and snipe. From the couple Meat Market game, or I'm sorry, the couple Smiley Face games that I've seen previously this season, Moo has kind of been their go-to sniper. And I think especially on a map like Metalworks, where your soldiers are such important players, I think that's what they'll probably opt for. So I don't know if they're gonna run Moo back to spawn and have them snipe, but it looks like we're gonna play the stalemate game. As the scores are tied.
Sorry, now that I think about it, all the scouts on the servers are insane at sniper. This would be really interesting if they like send Moo back to come up on sniper. I mean, they could also have Ash off class, maybe do like a cheeky spy play right now to get another round on the board.
Yeah, they could break out like the old like I-55 tier nerd rage strat, where they run a sniper to put a medic in a very predictable position and kind of force like everybody to be looking forward at the doorways, and then run a spy at the same time.
Yeah, that might work against Bear. I'm not quite sure, though.
I mean, in 2019, the off-classes I feel like are semi-predictable, and especially with how paranoid a lot of teams are of potential spy plays, you see a lot of spy checking. So it may not work in this era of the game, because it kind of comes from an era where off-classing was a little less prominent. But it still could be an effective strat, and even running a sniper does kind of buy you some different sack options, because, like I said, it does put a medic for, again, a more predictable position to be safe from the sniper. As we are going to unpause here. See the both teams prodding in lobby. It looks like Sai's going to get really aggressive in the shutter, trying to Meat Market all of the space. Yeah. So we're going to see... Yeah, we are going to see the Moo sniper here. So Moo did run back and go into the open spawn door that Ash was able to hold open. So we are going to play the sniper game here, as Sai's going to find the trap in lobby, go down to a mere 31 HP. But gonna get healed up, meet up with 404 and get those love and heals, as we are gonna see both teams posturing up, and Moo's gonna get a cheeky pick onto Use. Nice first shot coming out of Moo there, peeking in the shutter side, as I would hope that Smiley tries to find something off this demo pick. And they are going to find Patty as well. Zayler's going to find that one. A nice trap kill there. They're going to make an exchange out of it, but Bear's going to be milking away, and Corsa's just going to die. So, bit of a car crash of an exchange, and Kyuki's going to get 404 on the other side of things, as Bear's finally going to pop off his Uber. He's going to drop Kyuki, but the damage is done. 404 is dead, so Bear's going to be building up a fairly sizable Uber ad, as 404 still on the respawn. And, looks like neither team's really in a position to move, as Smiley Face is just setting up on their 2, and Meat Market's just on their last. So we may see potential Uber push out of last, but it doesn't look like either team is going to budge on the points that they're on.
They're definitely going to play it safe after that went down, right? Like, that could have been way more disastrous if Kyuki didn't get dropped, and they could have just taken that Uber really deep and maybe gotten another pick. But at the same time, this is going to give them huge Uber ad. It looks like this is where they pause, because they...
Yeah, it looks like 404 was the one who actually got dropped from the game. So that's actually a bit unfortunate, because Bear, I think, only had about 20, maybe 25% from what I saw. And it looks like it's going to be a little more like 80% realistically. So it looks like Meat Market
got a nasty ankle.
Moo and Moo's gonna find the early call there, as a really good kite here from the Smiley Face gang, as Zayler and Moo are both so weak, but Moo's gonna find a cheeky headshot onto Bear, and it looks like it's gonna crumble here for Meat Market, but everybody is so weak on the side of Smiley. 404 is just 20 health, gonna be running for his life. Kyuki's gonna find a bunch of frags late in that fight with his hit scan prowess, but it doesn't look like Meat Market is gonna get the cap, as they were trying to chase into mid. Smiley Face is gonna get their spawns, and it doesn't look like they're really in a position to contest too, so Meat Market is going to get out of their last, but this is a Corsa team, so it looks like they are going to try and opt to fight too here, as they are in from the choke point. They're going to catch out Kyuki here before Bear's able to get to the front lines, and it looks like Meat Market, as quickly as they got to, are going to lose it.
Looks like they're going to tail this Uber in the last two. That was really well played by Campy, just meeting them in lower, doing a bunch of damage, turning that into a chaos fight, which really bounced off for Smiley Face.
Yeah, and 404 is going to pop the Uber in
here. Yeah,
yeah, they're going to find the Sentry Gun super early as, you know, they are going to get the stickies off point as well, so there's going to be an opportunity, and Sailor's going to pipe down Bear, so once again, Bear dying, but Yosh with the Chris is going to take down Sai. Sin and Yus are going to go down, though, on the other side of things, and it looks like the frags are going inside of Smiley. Who's going to get a second onto Yosh? As Sailor gets another pipe frag on the Patty, and it's going to be a 2-1 here for Smiley Faith.
You can see Sai Guy's a bit upset when getting traded out with Yosh again.
Yeah, and we are going to be going into our fourth mid as Smiley takes the lead on their map pick of CP Metalwork. Going into our fourth mid, we can see Use a little faster than Sailor once again, getting really aggressive, trying to find stickies in that main area, but it looks like everybody's going to get out fairly healthy. Once again, we're going to see a really early soldier bomb out of Sin, and Patty's going to find the first frag onto Sailor for this mid. So again, Meat Market finding a really early pick, and Ash is going to go down as well. So the soldier down and a demo down for the Smiley Face team. They are going to back up here. Looks like Corsa's going to get aggressive into house. Maybe going to try and stop mid. He's going to get in. Yosh doesn't see him. Corsa's going to take a 1v1 on the point, but Yosh is going to win that one. And it looks like they are going to give up 2 here. Oh, but Sai with 2 huge frags. Sai God absolutely destroys Sin and Kyuki. Wins the 2v1, showing his 1 player is better than 2 with 2 guns here. As you know, both teams have Uber, but we do see a player ad for the side of Smiley as they get aggressive in this choke. They're going to just pop in on the side. They're going to get the pop here. Looks like it's going to be a solo here for both teams as Sai is going to go in deep, going to get a ton of damage into Use, but it looks like he's going to go down as Smiley is going to group up around their medic and back up here. And it looks like we're going to see a reset.
Looks like they're fighting towards the valley, actually. They're bringing all of their heals here, trying to distract their scouts, bring them in. The soldier might be a pick here close to them. They're meeting them in valley here, turning into a team fight, trading out frags. Corsa gets the kill on Patty, but Yosh gets the kill on Ash. It looks like they're just backing up here because it was an exchange.
Yeah, Meat Market's health is so poor here. Use, Bear, and Yosh were all down so weak as they're just going to back up. It doesn't even look like Yosh is going to be safe. I'm sorry, that's Kyuki. That's in the underpass area who's going to go down, as it looks like Meat Market is going to play really passive in their choke. They're going to put up some haphazard spam, but it looks like they're just going to have to give up mid for the 2-player ad of Smiley.
Yeah, I think they just bled too many players, like trying to prod for picks, Meat Market, and then they ended up just bleeding people on the way out too, because they realistically could have held mid, but Kyuki decided to take a fight there.
Yeah, as we are going to see, it's going to be even Ubers here, but Smiley does control mid, and they are up 2-1, so it'll be interesting to see how they opt to play this. This is playoffs for them, and they did lose in the regular season twice to Meat Market, so I'd imagine that they're going to play it kind of slow. Moo is getting some hot picks on Sniper, so it wouldn't surprise me to see them to switch Moo on a Sniper, but this is a point that's really good for sacking soldiers, so we probably will see a very similar play to what we saw last time, where Ash is going to sack and maybe hold this spawn door for Moo, as we're going to see the classic soldier high bomb into Metalwork second, and Ash is going to find a really good first rocket in a Bear, but Bear with the skills to pay the bills, going to give him the jukes, going to hold on to that.
There was 68 HP there. That would have been a really scary situation for a lot of medics, because that second rocket didn't even have to be very well placed and you would have died. Sin going in for the counter sack gets cleaned up by Moo.
Yeah, and Ash is going to come up in 1 second, so I'm interested to see. Corsa's really aggressive in Valley, but he's kind of alone here. It looks like they're going to take their heals there, as it doesn't look like they're going to opt for any sort of off class. Looks like they're just going to opt to try and prod for picks here, as Meat Market is just spamming them out, playing their positioning here on the point, and doesn't look like they're going to find anything. They're going to see another soldier high bomb, and Bear's going to go down to just 20 HP. He was trying to milk it, but Ash is going to get the find his man this time, and he's going to get a force here as 404 and but they're going to be dropping players here as Zaylor goes down, and Moo and Corsa are both ailing, both down to about half HP. Moo's down so weak, down to just 20 HP. They're going to go down, and 404 is going to pop, but it's only 2-3 up here for the side of Smiley as Ash comes off the respawner. As looks like they're just going to try and hold on to mid haphazardly, buy time for their spawns, and the Media Market is going to want to try and go while they have a 2-player at.
Definitely here. That was really well played by them, because Smiley Face brought their heals really aggressive into Valley to get them to look at them for their really clean bomb for Ash, but Campy was playing way too aggressive in house, so they took, like, their forced Uber and was like, you know, we can maybe do something with this. And then they get that demo pick, and then 404 drops more players, and it just turns into, like, a rolling snowball. It really went badly for them.
Yeah, and so we are going to see a sort of reset. Bear has about a 20% ad, although I'm not sure they're really going to be too... they'll probably know about a small ad, but I don't know if they'll know it's as big as it is, but it looks like they're going to be going from the underpass. They're going to pop it off as they're going to be trying to chase in from the shutter area, but it looks like Smiley's going to be far out, and looks like they're going to want to opt to rotate back in. They're going to Uber in onto the point. They're going to find Kyuki here as the first frag, as they're going to be hunting the retreating Meat Market into mid. Meat Market's going to do a pretty good job of kiting it out, only losing their one player here, but Smiley is going to still want to try and go off it as they try and get into mid. Course is down really weak, and Use is going to die to Moo as well. Moo's going to get... Yeah, Moo's going to get in off the flank and find a really good pick onto Use, and Yoshi's going to die as well. Wasn't able to get through the choke point. Sailor Sticky's a little too quick for him there, as Smiley Face is going to cap up on the mid. They're just going to leave Moo, and they're going to try and push through the valley area and take second while they still have pick.
Oh, they're still going in deep with the soldier in a second.
Yeah, we're going to see a double soldier bomb out of Meat Market trying to buy time here for the spawner of Use, who just came up, barely missed out on that forward spawn. But it looks like Smiley Face is going to get all the positioning here, as Patty's going to go down. Sin's going to die as well, so the soldier's not finding anything there, as it's still 6 up for Smiley. And it looks like what was a decent scenario for Meat Market trying to push the other teams too is going to be really good for Smiley, as it's going to be a 3-point conversion for them. And we are going to see a really high bomb out of Psy, just making space for his team, trying to draw eyes. Corsa and Co are just going to run in on the left side. Corsa's just going to get in onto the point. Bear's going to have to pop off their Uber first, as the fight is kind of devolving on the point. We're going to trade out Addy for Ash here. There's going to be the 2 Fridays exchange in this Uber, but it looks like Smiley wants to take this post fight. Corsa's going to run and get gunned down, though, as things kind of settle here as Smiley Face backs out into the lobby.
Of course, I had the really good idea to refight there, but he was just by himself, and he got like instantly decimated as soon as he walked forward too far by all of Meat Market just sitting there.
Yeah, Corsa's good, but I don't think he's a 5v1 good. It's a very tough ask, as we're gonna see the Ubers reset here, as we're in the same scenario we were in about 5 minutes ago, with Smiley Face having even Ubers and holding on to the other teams too.
They're really good at Smiley Face bouncing back their momentum into Meat Market and forcing them onto their last, giving them like more opportunities to work their Moose Sniper maybe, or just anything they want to do, just keeping them on their last, running down the clock with their lead as well.
Yeah, there are 9 minutes left in this half, and they're up 2-1. It's a tough format to try and play the clock in, especially because they haven't even gone through halftime yet. And Moo was getting some absolutely crazy shots earlier, was able to open up a push into last with a pick onto Use, and then find 2 frags in the post-Uber of the exchange. So it wouldn't surprise me to put them on Moo, but Ash has also been pretty hot and has a really good force percentage rate here on the Bear. As we are going to see teams are just kind of, you know, trading spam, and we're going to lose Ash in the exchange here. And we're just going to be both teams holding lobby, and again, this is the same scenario we were in before, but it looks like Patty and Kyuki want to take an exchange as they try and get in here. We're going to have a very good Uber here on the side of Smiley. They're going to have an entire better one, as it's finally going to get popped off, and Kyuki's going to go down, but it looks like they're going to do a good job of kiting it out and not losing anybody else, as the teams are trying to prod into last, but with Ash coming up off the respawn, they aren't quite in a position to bust in through the choke. Of course, he's going to prod on that far left side from his perspective, but he's not going to find much.
We're back to where we were, stalemate.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Bear and Co have about a 7% advantage. It's a pretty small one to go off of. I don't think they're going to try and get anything for it. But again, I'm interested to see if they continue with the Ash stacks, because they've been pretty successful, but the Moose Sniper's also been very good in the one instance of it that we saw.
I really want to see that 2-man they did again, and then holding their heels really aggressive in lobby to catch out the players of Meat Market that are not expecting it, although they might be off to counteract that and go a different doorway so that they don't have to think about them Ubering aggressively into them and losing around because of it.
Yep, and we are going to see the even Ubers here, the stalemate once again. There are, again, less than 10 minutes on the clock, so it wouldn't surprise me to see Smiley Place play this really slow, as they have very little to lose here with just their 1-round lead. And we're going to see Ash just trying to get buffed up. He's going to try and peek in from the far right side from his perspective. He's just hanging out with 300. So Sai's going to peek main. It looks like Ash is going to try and get in on the far right with the support of a scout here. They're going to get in. Ash is going to be trying to spam the gun down. He's going to try and jump out, but he's going to get juggled in by a sticky. Not going to find his way out this time, and Sin's going to take him down.
Looks like Patty wants to opt to take a really aggressive Uber here. He's waddling through, checking for 6. Looks like they might be going left here through the shutter. Looks like they're just prodding for any picks here. Maybe take an exchange if they were too close, but they're just letting it even out again.
Yeah, I think Smiley's kind of expecting it now, because it's a couple times that they've gotten really aggressive into lobby off the back of the sacks, and we are going to see the Moose Sniper for the side of Smiley, so yeah, they are trying to make something happen, but Man who's on same page as what I was saying earlier is Patty, breaking out the spy as his team is actually actively spamming around him as the entirety of Smiley was there. It looks like Patty's not going to commit to the collusion, so he's just going to go back and he should switch to his usual role of soldier. As
I thought
we
he was, checking off classes, but then I had to like see he was actually on spy.
Yeah, he was out. He was next to a lot of the Smiley people in lobby as Moose can be trying to take pot shots in the last, going to be peeking up left to main, maybe trying to go far left, gonna find the stickies, think better of it. Is looking for a pick on the right side here. Scout's gonna peeking up for just for a second. He's gonna see the soldier fell, but not quick enough on the trigger here. As we do see the Patty counter snipers, so Patty was not one of the people that struck me as one of the big name snipers in the server, but it wouldn't surprise me if he you know, was maybe fueling the sniper here.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, get on the cam, see if he makes something happen.
Alright, you get on the Patty cam, I'll get on the Moo cam. We'll see who makes something happen first. As Moo's gonna see Patty, both players are gonna take a shot and miss. And Moo's gonna try and peek up on main as they try and get something here. Moo's gonna take a shot and miss on Patty, but again, we're playing the sniper warfare here, as both snipers are pretty hesitant to try and peek. And I think Bear's position is actually pretty cheeky under the bridge itself here, rather than just directly holding. Sin's going to eat a ton of damage from the scout peeking far right. That's Corsa. Moo's going to get a peek in on the far right, going to take a shot, not going to find anything, as Kyuki's going to shut that one down. As we are going to maybe see... Oh, Kyuki's going to go down to a trapped Zailer. So one down on each side, but Moo's up in just 3 seconds, and Kyuki's got another 10 seconds on top of that. We're going to see a headshot ring out for Patty, as I think that was on the Ash, who's going to go down to a sticky from Use, as I hear... Is that taunt? Oh no, it's just one of the voice lines. I thought Use was taunting. But we're going to see Meat Market kind of prodding into the lobby, trying to give Patty a little bit extra space to snipe. But Moo's going to come back up on the counter sniper. Sin's going to go down to Corsa, though, in the right lobby. So with a potential pick, they actually have no soldiers on the side of Meat Market. So this is potential peak territory for Smiley here. As Ash is going to come up on the spy, it looks like. Yeah, Ash is going to come up on spy. So, what I was saying earlier with the double off class with the sniper to try and put a medic in a more vulnerable position. And then running the spy, knowing where that medic is in theory going to be. It looks like it's going to be what Smiley's going to try and use to opt to break the stalemate.
Ash is just chilling here, looking by the sentry gun right now, giving information, looking for what he wants to do. The thing with Patty's sniper that's so interesting is it really hindered them for after they got that pick of pushing out because they didn't have a pocket, and you could see Use being hesitant, just wanting to play the Patty sniper. But it worked out getting that pick on Ash, so it's kind of a trade-off there. Ash here is still lurking around, just checking out the backs of people, thinking about what he should go for, probably planning out what they want to do.
I also find it's really dangerous for the side of Meat Market, as we're going to see a headshot ring off onto Patty. Moo's going to find the first sniper v sniper. Is not going to result in the kill, but no, it puts Sin in a pretty vulnerable position though, as the sole potential peeker. As Use is going to play this pretty fast and not wanting to give up his life. But if Sin dies like they did in the previous scenario for Meat Market, you have one singular spam class that to try and save your team, with Patty being on sniper. And Meadowworks is a very flat map. Your spam is very, very important on this map, so I feel like it leaves Meat Market very vulnerable. We see Patty ring off a headshot onto Moo as both teams just back up here. Very tentative peeks out of both snipers as they're just trading headshots into the other 185 gamer.
Pretty much.
Moo's gonna go for a cheeky shot here on the far left. Use is gonna sod it out though. Just gonna back up as we see. I guess I don't think any team is going to really try and make something happen. Although Sai's going to find Patty here, and Moo's going to go down on the other side of things. Sin's going to die as well, so this is prime position for Ash to try and make something happen. They are 2 down. This could be where Bear is most vulnerable. There's less eyes looking around for him, but it doesn't look like he's going to go for anything. He's just feeding information to his team. But Bear's going to pop this one off. I don't know if he just popped to save Use or what, but looks like they're going to try and take an exchange. Kyuki's going to go down, and 404's not even going to have to use.
Wow, so they're just going to roll back in with full UBR1, not with Sai, but now they're just focusing the sentry gun here, and they're bringing it all the way to the spawn doors, so taking the scout in.
Yeah, Ash is going to find Bear. Yeah, Ash playing the very long game. Course is going to go down, Use is going to go down. It's just Sin and Patty trying to defend it here, but it looks like Patty's going to go down, Sin's going to go down. Ash finding a cheeky Latron Jair kill, as it's going to be a 3-1 half here for Smiley.
Ash is in it for the long run on Spy, wow. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was kind of doing just the thing where he kind of feeds information to the other sniper, hoping for the one sniper pick to just snowball and do exactly what they did there. But what looked like a pretty strong start for the side of Meat Market, getting up that quick 1-0 lead, is going to quickly turn into a 3, or not very quickly, but turn into a 3-1 half here for the side of Smiley. And I think my prediction here of the 4-2, especially with the second half of this game being so slow, I don't think it would be too unbelievable. But looking at the logs, the big thing I see is Psy at a big 290 DPM. Kyuki's going to be the next one in the server going 263, and Sin's going to be at 256. And Kyuki's got a big 25 kills. He has 10 more than anybody else in the server. Mu, Corsa, and Psy all at 15, but Kyuki had a big 25.
The soldiers on Meat Market are kind of struggling here. Both Patty and Sin only got 4 kills throughout the entire half, although Sin trading his life for very good damage. Patty did play 3.5 minutes of sniper, though. Seeing the heal distributions here, both soldiers being the Chad pockets we predicted they'd be going at each other. Top healing on each team with almost 9k heals each. Yu's getting a lot of heals as well at 8, and then Kyuki following up. I don't know, Ash might have topped up in the server and only did 195 DPM, but a lot of his deaths were like very good bombs and very good forces.
I was going to say,
like,
he was doing quite a few sack plays to let Mu switch to sniper, and he was finding a lot of forces. I want to say he got a couple on the lasts, and he got one on second as well, so you know, Ash was doing a very good job of just playing like the typical pug room where I'm just going to bomb in and try and make something happen, and he was doing it to pretty good success rate. I want to say he was probably get close to 50%, which especially in an invite like match like this is really, really good, because a lot of times these things should never work. Like, you know, theoretically with the way teams try and hold, if the team is paying attention, that soldier should either get denied or instantly melt when they land, and Ash is doing a really good job of just baiting himself and kind of just, you know, avoiding the early chip shots. And
yeah, to be fair though, Smiley Face is getting really, really aggressive when Ash is sacking, and Corsa especially is just taking 185 and prodding the really close players, and he's really drawing the eyes of Kyuki and Yoshin, making them look at the combo players and not Ash.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know if you saw it, but it went down, but he's got to retry to get back in.
Yep, I'm back in.
Okay, yeah, but it was a pretty strong start, I want to say, for Meat Market. I would say the first 5 or so minutes, they were pretty in control, but beyond that, I want to say we saw a pretty dominant Smiley. Meat Market was trying a lot of stuff, and they would get, you know, go for something cheeky off just a single pick or a small Uber or something, right? And Smiley did a really good job of any time that there wasn't a very clear advantage for Meat Market to swing one particularly important point, or 2, or even in a couple cases 3 points. And they did a really good job off of just counter pushing, and as soon as they were given any sort of like repush opportunity, they were snowballing it and getting a ton of work done with just, you know, just one advantage.
What was happening at the start is a lot of the Smiley players were playing, I wouldn't say overly aggressive, but they were playing aggressive looking for repush opportunities, and then they were kind of staggering players, right, and making the Meat Market look really dominant, right? And then afterwards, what they did was they just started not bleeding their players, but still playing aggressive so that they could take advantage of every repush opportunity. And a lot of them have been super fat, like they got, like you said, 3 points a few times.
Yeah, and I want to say, for the most part, I want to say that Smiley soldiers have been kind of outperforming the Meat Market soldiers. The Meat Market soldiers, they haven't really been finding the same success that the Smiley soldiers have, and I haven't been on their cams enough to really know why that is. But for the most part, I feel like Psy in particular has been coming up absolutely huge. Like late into DM fights or team fights, he's just coming up absolutely huge, winning 1v2s and finding just absolutely crazy shotgun kills in scenarios where he should be dead meat.
He's really good at playing with his health and positioning with the shotgun to let players bleed into him, because it's not like they don't know he's on the shotgun, it's just that he uses it to his advantage so well, like as his team's leaving, and he gets all these picks of people over chasing, like when they're too far forward, or maybe they're just bad health, you know? And obviously having that shotgun on soldier, if you just hit one good rocket, that's an easy cleanup for you if they're popped up in the air, right? So you don't have to give up any positioning or go for air shots, you can just clean them up with the shotgun.
Yeah, you don't have to rely on making any damage calls and being on the same page as your team when if you can beat the projectile damage and the hit scan damage yourself.
Exactly.
You know, flexing those 2700 elo muscles on the other team, showing them, you know, exactly who the the shotgun pocket is. But and on the other side of things, for Meat Market, I want to say the very loose soldier play that we're normally used to seeing, where they kind of go for like a lot of coordinated like double soldier bombs, you know, kind of playing as their own entity with their two soldiers and having both their scouts kind of play closer to heals. I think is kind of hurting them in some of these scenarios where they kind of need a soldier to be playing positioning and just spamming more. I want to say that Psy in particular is just doing a better job of just spamming in a lot of these team fights when, you know, the other team is trying to bomb, and Smiley's doing just a really good job of just making it so those soldier bombs don't do anything versus like what would potentially be something out of like just consistently trying to spam them. Because there's been 2 or 3 times where, you know, Smiley's been pushing a point and Meat Market's gone for like some sort of double soldier aggression, and they just have found absolutely nothing. And even in one scenario, Smiley was pushing into 2 off of a couple picks, and Meat Market had their spawns. They were just trying to buy spawns to get their time in, and they bombed both their soldiers, and they just didn't find anything, and both those soldiers ended up dying. So
yeah, and that ended up being really bad for them, and they just got pushed back so much.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like a health issue, if they're just not healthy, if they're peaking too much, or if they're not getting buffed in the right scenarios. Like I said, I haven't been watching the soldiers a ton this game. I've really been trying to focus on the combo scouts because I feel like that's where the action has been for the most part. But
yeah, QT and Forza have really been tearing into people, walking too forward and taking really deep Ubers and getting a lot done with them. Definitely from both sides.
QT's has some absolutely amazing stats. Like I said, he has 10 more frags than anybody else in the server. You know, fighting frags in just about every single scenario for his team, but it's just not quite enough. And like I said, I think it really comes down to the difference of the soldiers for the teams, and I'm not sure if it's the soldiers themselves or if the teams are not giving them enough scenarios to try and make something happen or what. As we are just waiting on one more player to get back in because I think they've restarted the server. I'm not sure if it was like a ping issue or what, but
yeah, they're just waiting on Yosh to get back into the server.
But yeah, I think at least this halftime, I didn't expect a 3-1 half. I expected, you know, a pretty slow gameplay out of both these teams, and especially on Metalworks too. I feel like this is one of the maps that in recent seasons teams have kind of figured out cheeky ways to kind of hold every point, and so it's pretty common for teams to be able to just hold points even off 1 or even like 2 potential man sacks. So you see a lot of like very slow games on this map that end up being, you know, a difference of time. But I feel like Smiley is kind of doing a really good job of like making something happen, you know, when the ball's in their court. When they hold mid, you know, they're always trying to do something. Like Course is always trying to peek, and, you know, Ash, like I said, has been doing a really good job of finding, like, especially off of like that space that his team is making him, finding forces and stuff.
Definitely. I feel like at the same time, too, the scouts on Smiley Face are more diligent about making sure the soldiers die faster rather than on the side of Meat Market. Both, like, all the scouts playing fairly well, but I think the Smiley Face soldiers are just not getting shot at as much. Well, Ash especially, since he's the one mostly jumping around, but I feel like whenever Sin or Patty jump, they really get insta-melted. They really should play their health better, or, like, they should look for better opportunities, I guess.
Yeah, as we do see some banter in the chat from both teams about getting sick, as the console itself says, what about the config? As Yosh does rejoin the game from spec, so I would imagine that they would get the right config and be readying up pretty soon. But you know, I'm sure both teams have a fair amount to talk about halftimes as well, because I want to say for the most part, Smiley has been losing the mids. I want to say they won 1 out of 4. So I'm sure they're talking about their mids some here, but it looks like QQ is now AFK. So just as quickly as we got 12, we were back to 11 for a different player.
And they're chilling.
You know, it's only halfway through the first of potentially 3 maps. We're looking at the old 4 a.m. finish. As I get the groans out of Looster, getting flashbacks to it was the Mentality Meat Market game. I want to say it was like me, Looster, and Bill casted season 30 of ESCA. That went till I think like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, so I'm not super sure what's happening with either of these teams. I would very much not like to be up till 4 a.m. I love this game to death, but
sleep is for the weak. We will never sleep.
Kiki does rejoin the game, so you know, I don't know if anybody's listening to stream, but hear my please ready up, team. I don't know if we want to go to the stream chat if anybody has anything interesting to say in the stream chat. CVS or Lork, what's my favorite choice of meat? So what's your go-to cut of meat, XBS?
When I'm feeling fancy and I'm not broke, filet mignon.
Filet kind of guy. Respectable.
Yeah, it's pricey though.
Indeed it is. And yeah, Looster is correct. That match didn't start till like did not start till midnight. There was like an hour and a half of delays because it was supposed to start at 10:30. But this game did start roughly on time, but it appears that they're in absolutely no rush to get this halftime over with. So hey, we got plenty of 5-pingers here, Looster. I'm sure that we don't have a bunch of West Coasters, as we are finally going to go live with our second half. So who are your players to watch on these mids now that we've seen 4 or 5 sample mids, XPS?
I really want to see Ash on this mid. I think he's going to go huge. He's going to get 2 kills, at least.
Let's get on the Ash cam this mid. He's going to be rolling out main. He's going to jump over the stickies here. Going to find some early spam in the other team's choke. Just playing his positioning here early as he's going to try and deny the space for that soldier bombing up early. He's going to reload his rockets. It looks like he's going to go for a bomb here. He's going to try and get in, find a first rocket onto Kyuki here. And is going to trade some damage into the other team. It's going to go down. Sai's going to follow up on that damage, though. He's going to get in, find Bear. Once again, Sai finding the medic into the mid. He's so good at it as Smiley Face takes the mid.
The meat market just completely wipes, yeah. Or he didn't get 2 kills, but he did have a really good mid there.
I say he got one onto Kyuki, and then he found damage onto Bear and at least one other player. I wasn't sure who the other player that ate a couple rockets, but he found about 100 damage between those 2 players. So it's basically a kill and a half, as we do see Smiley. They aren't going to make the same mistake as before, and they are going to cap up the second point. Kyuki's going to be on the engineer. We are going to see the Yosh sniper here, but Sai's on heavy, as we see him rolling out.
Interesting. Definitely want to play heavy for the post. They don't know this yet, because Yosh wasn't peeking deep enough, but it looks like he's going to stay on sniper, so no scouts on the last, so no scout speed boost for the medic to kite this Uber. Looks like they're going deep left. They're popping in. They're gonna ignore the sentry gun and definitely just Campy just gets headshot there, and then Moo dies to some sticks. So this push absolutely could have gone better, and it's not going so well. So they're just gonna leave.
Yeah, it's a tough ask to push into a potential heavy here, especially when the spawns are so fast for the people holding Metalworks second. They only have 1 player and they don't have their Uber yet, and it looks like the spawns are going to come in. They are going to find the heavy Asai, who's using his trusty shotgun even on heavy to deny the players a shudder.
The shotgun heavy.
Who needs a soldier when you can have the third fat scout? As Bear is going to come up on his Uber, about a 35% ad here over 404, who is building very quickly as they are gearing up to go under the underpass. And I see Patty on the shotgun. We see Sai revving up from the top left from his perspective, trying to spam down on the other team. They're going to pop through Uber our meat market, but 404's at 95%, and they've kited this one expertly, and they're still all pretty healthy. Looks like they're going to try and pop back into mid here, try and fight the players on the point. We see the Basher jump from the scout, denying cap here. Bear's going to go down to a collective bomb in from Zaylor and everybody else, as it looks like it's going to be an absolute calamity for the boys of meat market as they lose 3. As it's going to be Sin, Use, and Yosh trying to find anything here on the second point. So we still see Sai on
was so aggressive, even though they had a heavy with the shotgun. They were just able to catch those players so fast. With
he's revved up. He's waiting for that soldier bomb. You know,
nobody's touching 404.
Yeah, yes, they do have about a 35% advantage off the back of that Bear pick. We're going to once again go back to the last here for meat market as they have the Yosh sniper and Kyuki engineer once again, but we're going to have the crits here out of Bear, so going for the what I like to call the King Screw special, the defensive crits when they know they have a pretty small ad on the other side of things. As 404 is going to come up on the super. Looks like they're going to try and go for the same push here, hopefully not losing 2 before the post fight even happens. Looks like they're going to come in on the far left. They're going to pop it through once again. They're going to be hunting down the engineer. They're going to get the sentry gun, and the stickies are going to be dead for the side of Use. He has no sticks on point. They're going to find the pick onto Use, so this is looking really good here for the side of Smiley. Moo's going to go down the other side of things, but Sai's going to gun down Sin with the heavy. But
the huge
Patty crit. Patty's going to find 3. Oh, it's so good. Zaylor's going to find the pick onto Bear, but it looks like late in this fight, Yosh is going to find the 2v1 onto Ash and Zaylor and win it out for his team. It's just the spawner of Moo, but the sole survivor of Yosh. That crit's almost coming.
Almost wasn't enough. Yeah, the crit's almost just...
Yeah. As even Luce was asking what happened, that was an absolute chaos of a last push. Smiley found so much early damage and picks, but the Patty crits was able to find 3, and Yosh was able to win out the DM fight really late. We're gonna have about a 25% add for 404, and once again we do see the Kuki engineer as and the Yosh sniper. So I'm being told my co-caster has something to do very briefly, so we are gonna go to a very brief solo cast. But a 10% add here for 404, so it looks like it's... Oh, but Bear's on the crits again. Bear is opting for the crits again, so it is going to be... What was supposed to be a small add for 404 and co is going to be about even. It looks like they're going to try and go off it, though, thinking that it's going to be bigger than it is. They're going to be really aggressive on the left side, is Meat Market. They're going to find the engineer and the sniper, but they're going to pop off this crits. The crits doesn't do much to the invulnerable players. Bear's going to go down to Corsa, as it looks like they're going to get healthy on the side of Smiley. Doesn't look like they're really in a position to repush. They are going to be peeking the shutter here, and they're looking for any opportunity to try and get into last, but with Bear coming up in just 5 seconds, I'm not sure if they're going to find an opportunity to go. They may just be trying to play this UBR1, but it looks like they're going to find space on the right side here. They're going to find a ton of spam into Ash, but Patty and Kuki are weak on the other side of things. Bear's going to spawn though, so it's not going to be a great scenario for Smiley, but Moo's going to find the first frag onto Yosh, as we're going to see the soldier kind of reaggression. Sin's going to go down trading it out for Ash. Bear's just down to 6 HP. Sai's going to bomb in. He's on the actual soldier running his trusty shotgun on soldier. He's going to find a second on the Patty, and Moo's going to clean up 2 more and make it a 4-1 game here for Meat Market. As we go into our 6th mid? 6th mid. This is the 6th mid. So, yeah, I did see the win here for Smiley winning out their 2nd mid, I want to say, on the last one. So we'll see if Meat Market can make any adjustment to win it out, as we are going to see Zaylor a little faster than Use, who opted for a lower rollout. Going to find a ton of damage into Use. We're going to see a really high bomb out of Ash. Going to try and bomb the scout on the shed. He's going to back off on that one. Zaylor and co are pretty weak. Sai is going to trade out for Use on the other side of things, but it looks like Sin's going to get in onto Zaylor. 404 is going to go down Patty, finding 2 cheeky kills of his own, as it is just Moo versus 4 versus 2 soldiers, a scout and a medic, and the medic does have crits, so it looks like we are going to see the mid win here for Meat Market, resuming their reign of terror on mid. As Bear is on crits here, and they're going to be rolling forward both their soldiers. They're going to be peeking the shutter here. I'm not sure if Smiley knows about this. It looks like they may be aware, because Sai is on the Pyro. Of course, is going to be up on Engineer, as Moo's going to be on the Scout. And I think they're aware of the crits, like I said, because the Pyro here, they're going to be trying to meet up with their team. Use is going to be the man of the hour, though, in theory, with this crits, as they try and even up the scoreline here. It is a 4-1 game for Smiley, but Meat Market is not out of it yet. They have 23 minutes to work with, and they are no strangers to trying to make comebacks, as they are all tenured players. We're going to see Use gearing up from left main. They're going to pop this one off. Going to be trying to find a cheeky first sticky, but Ash is going to bomb in and kill Use instantly. Zaylor's going to find Kuki. Sai's going to go down the other side of things, but it looks like it's going to be a disaster of a crits here for the side of Meat Market, as they're going to try and reset. 404 is at about 80% here, so very close to getting his Uber. See 2 down on the side of Meat Market, as they are going to get their spawn. Sai down for another 3 seconds, as it looks like Smiley and co are trying to get ready to go, and of course is going to be just bullying all the players back. He's got his 185, he's got an Uber charge to back him up if he takes too much damage, so he's just going to bully all the players out. We're going to see the cheeky soldier bomb in, trying to make space for the potential scout, as Corsa tries to make his way into house, as Bear's at 90% crits, but crits does not kill invulnerable players. Corsa's going to get in onto the point, as they're going to find the scout underneath. They're going to be dueling it out. We're going to see the crits popped off. 404 is going to pop with Uber. They are going to lose Corsa on the other side of things, but Kuki's going to die. So both combo scouts are going to go down, as we're going to see a DM fight, as Meat Market wants to push back into mid, knowing they have the spawn advantage. Zaylor's going to trade out for Sin. Patty's going to bomb in onto the soldier for the other team. Yosh is down pretty weak. We're going to see 3 down on the side of Smiley. It's going to be Ash and 404 versus Patty, Yosh, Use, and Bear, as they are going to be trying to back out through this house area. 404 trying to meet up with the spawner of Corsa, so he can get that scout speed boost, as Bear's at about a 60% crits, going to have about a 45% crits advantage here. And once again, we're going to see Corsa finding a pick onto Yosh, as Sai and Moo are going to find their spawn. So the longer this fight goes on for Smiley, the better it is for them. They are going to find Ash on the other side of things, as the dust kind of settles, with Kuki finding 2 frags onto Ash and Corsa. They're going to pop this crits off. They're going to find Moo with it, and Patty's going to try to get in the last. Yeah, as Zaylor's going to find a cheeky pick onto Sin in the shutter, trading out there, but it looks like Meat Market is going to be getting into last tier with just Sai and 404 up, as they cap up on 2.
Definitely here. It looks like they made a lot of space with this crits, but their refight isn't going so well because it looks like Patty's caught here, and they just re-push these people back into the shutter. Looks like what could have been around just definitely didn't go in the favor of Meat Market.
Yeah, 404 is at 100% here. Bear is still on the Kritzkrieg. They are going to know about it, about 50%, so he's about 15% or 50 seconds away from getting the Kritzkrieg as Corsa and Co are trying to push onto 2 here, looking for any opportunities with this Uber charge. They're going to be clearing all the doors, checking for all the cheeky sticky traps. Ash is going to find the sticky trap and live with just 1 HP. Bear's at 90% crits here, but 404 has yet to pop this Uber. And this is the scenario we were in about 2 minutes ago with 404 having Uber and Bear having crits. They Ubered into mid, but they weren't able to win out the DM fight, and Meat Market did a really good job of playing their spawn advantage. We're able to win up the DM fight. Is that we do see Meat Market quite passive on mid, knowing they don't have the invulnerability to answer to the potential Uber from 404.
Definitely, it looks like they're playing a lot safer than what they might have done last time, especially from the side of Smiley too. Everyone's just opting to chill it, let the dust settle. Although right now Smiley is in no position to do anything. If they wanted to, they could sit there because they do have invulnerability and they're up a few rounds. And Meat Market, it's really on them to do something. So we might see an aggressive crits here, possibly.
Meat Market is down 3 rounds. They need to get 3 rounds to even bring it to a golden cap. 4 if they want to win it outright. But you know, Smiley's kind of in a tough spot because if they want to try and make something happen, they don't really have that midpoint to potentially give up. Because if you have that midpoint, you can always be like, all right, let's just give up mid, you know, get a free get out of jail card. But when you don't have mid and you'd be on your potentially on your own last, it puts you with a lot less to work with. So, and they are up 3 rounds. They really don't have a ton of onus on them to really do anything. It looks like Meat Market is finally going to get comfortable peeking into the house area. Be interested to see if Corsa tries to take a cheeky Uber into the other team with the aid of one of his projectile classes here potentially, as Bear and Co are very close in house and potentially catchable here.
Very true. Sai peeking that doorway. Maybe we might see a Sai solo through here. But it looks like they're just opting to spam and chill out. Although, what we see coming here through the valley.
Use is going to crits in from the valley. He's going to try and find a sticky snipe onto 404. He's not going to find anything, as he's just going to put down stickies looking for anything. We're see a few crit scattergun shots ring off as 404 is going to finally pop his Uber. They're going to get in from the underpass. There's going to be no change of frags, but it looks like Smiley's with their better Uber is just going to chase the other team onto point, but it looks like Meat Market doesn't want to give it up. Patty's going to be the first death. They're going to trade it out for Ash here, as Sai's going to get in onto Bear. Going to take that one down, and Moo's going to pick up the second kill out of this fight onto Yu. Is going to go down there shortly after. Zayla's going to get a pipe frag onto Kyuki as Yosh trades that one out. It's going to be a 2v3 here, as Corsa, Sai, and 404 are going to regroup on the point here, as Yosh is kind of still biding his time on mid. We're going to see the soldier bomb in as well. He's going to find Corsa, but he's going to go down. Sai is going to win it out as Sai and 404 cap up the mid very late into a scrappy DM.
Yeah, that was ultra chaotic. I can't believe it didn't go the way of Meat Market either, considering how far some of Smiley was pushed back, but it is what it is. And now they're just chilling here in house, getting healed up. Not looking like they want to push. They're going to back up and waiting for Smiley's Uber advantage without Corsa, though. So we're going to see maybe a move Uber here, really deep through underpass or something. Or we're going to see that in a minute.
Yeah, it looks like they don't really have a scout with them. Yeah, the Moo's going to rotate over, so they're going to meet up with their scout. But Bear has opted to spawn on the crits once again, so it looks like they're trying to play off this crits, maybe fancying it here. As 404 is going to come up on the Uber, Bear's going to be up on the crits. They have know about it quite yet, as Sin's going to be bombing in. It's going to be down to just 6 HP. He's going to find the floor on that one. A little harder than he thought. He's going to break his legs and go down, as it looks like the Smiley soldiers are going to be peeking the right side as they try and get into this lobby area. Of course, is going to pop it off as Patty and Co try to pop in from the shutter. They are going to find Sai, but it doesn't look like they're going to find much else. They're going to find Ash, but all the frags are going to be going the side of Smiley, as it is just Kyuki, Yosh, and the respawner of Sin. They are going to cap up on the second here with Corsa, Zayler, and 404, though, as 404 is going to be building up a pretty sizable Uber advantage.
Definitely. They might try to prod here in the last. They're coming into the elbow right now. Notice there's a sentry. It looks like they're going to cancel this and maybe build out their Uber, setting up aggressive traps in case someone's overextended. What do you think is going to happen with this Uber, since this has been like the, I'm not sure how many times they've pushed last and they've been successful and they've like pushed them all the way to their spawn and then lose the post?
It's been pretty 50-50, and it really comes down to if they can get a clean entry. They've lost a couple of the post fights just because they lost at the DM fights, and that's kind of just whatever, right? Sometimes you hit your shots, sometimes you don't. And but it really comes down to if they can get their players in clean. Meat Market's found a lot more success on these last holes when they're able to get their players in clean. Looks like they're going to opt for the Sly Heavy once again, opting for that again, as they are going to use it on the far left. The gun's moved this time, as is no longer on the far left side. It's going to be on the bridge. Course is going to get in, but the combination of a sticky from Zaylor and Course's scattergun shot going to take down Bear once again. Paddy's going to try and counter aggress in as Yosh finds the cheeky ornament kill onto Moo. Ash is going to die as well. It's going to be a 3v4 as the Heavy was not able to get in clean and make space for his team. 404's down to just 7 HP. Going to be running for his life as Corsa is going to find Kyuki and make sure 404 can escape on this one. He's going to meet up with Ash and Moo on the other side of things. He's going to have a small ad because Bear wasn't quite building off the spawn, but we are going to see...
He's still not building right now. He just started, I think, so they have a 30 ad, but I'm not sure if 404 and crew are going to want to push off that small ad, or if they even know about it.
I think they'll know about the 15% when Bear spawned, but I don't think they're going to know about the other 15-20ish% because nobody was with Bear. I would imagine that they would assume it's just a small ad and they'll consider it either even or maybe they'll try and go off it. I mean, Smiley's tried to go off of like 25 ads in the past, or I'm sorry, 20 ads in the past, so wouldn't surprise me to see them try and go for it, but it looks like they're going to play passive on the mid here as both teams are building up their Ubers, and we are going to see the classic Metalworks mid to 2 still mid.
Definitely, but this time Smiley Face is in control of mid, so they can kind of prod however they want since they're up 3 rounds, and the time's ticking. Meat Market might start going for aggressive plays and run more crits possibly, but Bear is back on Uber again. Looks like Ash going in for that high bomb. Bear is nicely tucked away in the lobby. And do we see a reply from Meat Market from anywhere? Looks like the aggression's coming out here, but no one has traded out yet. They're getting really aggressive with heals in house right now. Yeah, they got Sai.
Yeah, they're going to peek into mid and find Sai. So with 2 soldiers down on the side of Smiley, they are missing a lot of potential spam. It just is the sole spammer of Zaylor, as they are going to pop their Uber in, but 404 is going to get a better Uber here with less players near him and everything. But looks like they're going to maybe find people in the choke, but Zaylor's going to go down. Moo's going to shortly follow. 404 is going to be dodging and juking for his life down to just 3 HP, as he's going to surf a sticky away. Scout's going to be in on him, and Yoshi's going to clean that one up. Sai is going to, pick up Yosh, but the damage is done. Bear is alive, and a well on mid, whereas 4-4 is in the respawn queue. Sai's going to be looking for a cheeky bomb into mid. Going to need an air sticky from Use as he gets in, as Sai's going to be getting down to just 7 HP. Sai's looking for any cheeky shotgun. He's actually going to get it, and it looks like off the back of that, Sai is actually going to be able to buy his team the time to get the respawns in. Excellent play from Sai.
Hero play from Sai, yeah, just buying that time and then killing Use. He just bombed in and he got air sticked so high that you just couldn't do anything about it, and then he landed on him and got that shotgun kill, cleaned him up.
Yeah, and what looked like a mid-take of a very scrappy DM fight from Meat Market is gonna quickly turn back over to Smiley in the same scenario we were in before, but 404 did die. I think it's one of the few scenarios where he's died and Bear hasn't, so Bear's gonna have about a 30% ad for his team, as they are trying to peek into house, and they're looking to take mid off of this once again. So they're going to be picking up from the choke point from their perspective. They're going to pop it in. Paddy's going to find the sticky trap and get launched into the ground. They're going to find damage into Sai, Ash, and Moo. They're all so weak. Sai's going to get the health back, get healthy, but he's going to find Paddy in the house area. Paddy's 300 and Sai was about 110 HP. Paddy's going to run out just 9 HP. Barry's going to win out that frag. Use is going to die on the other side of things, and Moo's going to be able to survive here as 4-4 pop off his Uber. But it looks like late into this post fight, Meat Market sounds so weak, as it looks like Smiley's going to be able to retain control of mid here.
That was really interesting how they tried to push in the house with that Uber with Corsa.
Oh, but Moo's on the back. Could be tough for Meat Market to manage, as Ash and Co are trying to prod into mid. They're trying to buy time for the back capper, but Moo's going to find Use on the other side of things, but not going to buy enough time for Moo to finish the back cap, as Meat Market does take mid. They have about a 50% advantage as 404 got out alone, but we are going to see Smiley trying to fight mid, though, off the back of that demo pick. Sai is going to trade out with Kyuki here, but 404 is going to be left on his own once again. Again, dodging and juking for his life, as he's going to meet up with Zaylor, who's going to kill Sin, but Course is going to die on the other side of things. So it's just scrappy DM fight after scrappy DM fight, as neither team's really taking time to compose themselves.
Meat Market is just trying to leapfrog as fast as they can to make any opportunities for them to grab a round, because the time is ticking. There's only 11 minutes left and they're down 3 rounds just to make it to golden cap, like you said. So they're really just taking super aggressive, scrappy fights to try and make things happen. But right now they've just been trading frags and trading players. But
Yeah,
it doesn't
we
look
are
like
at
they
the
go off their Uber advantage because they were down too many numbers. But it looks like they are going to try and rotate to go for a sack play and maybe make an exchange happen.
I'm not sure they knew about it because I think 404 was been alone in 2 or 3 of these scenarios where somebody just was a little too far for him to heal, or maybe just didn't want to put himself in a dangerous position. And like I said, I'm not sure they really knew about it, but there are just 10 minutes and 45 seconds left for Meat Market to try and get 3, if not 4 rounds. They are going to try and take an Uber exchange here, as they are going to get the very early pop here, and 404 is going to flash a bunch of players, so they try and chase into this Valley side of things, as Bear is going to be the first pick of this exchange and this post. Ash is going to claim another one onto Kyuki as they trade out there. Sin's going to go down, Patty's going to go down with the very early pick of Bear. All the scouts are just going to post up on the high ground. We're going to see a really cheeky bomb in from Use, trying to find a miracle pipe onto 404. He's not going to find it this time, and the taunt of Zaylor, who got 3 frags in that exchange.
That was pretty crazy, but at the same time, Meat Market was trying to go for a really aggressive Uber there with Patty, but they ended up just kind of sitting on that ramp and forcing really early, and then Patty out of desperation had to bomb. And Smiley's Uber is just so much better, they could collapse without any, like, repercussion. And now this is going to make it, like, a really, trying to be cheeky, build the sentry gun and the forward spawn. Not going to really do much, but buys time for the Sackerson. He gets Skyboxed, he's going to get cleaned up here, maybe? It gets a little bit of damage on the 404. They're trying to contest it with the fight, Patty being really deep right now.
Yeah, Smiley's going to lose both their scouts here, so they're missing a lot of their potential cleanup here. But 404 is going to have about a 50% ad. It's going to come up on that Uber right now, but they don't have a scout, so they aren't really able to take this too aggressively. They're going to pop it off onto Zaylor, and I believe that is Ash. Yeah, Ash is going to get in and take down Kyuki with the help of Zaylor. And Zaylor and Ash are going to try and bomb in, find 404. They're going to get him down to just 3 HP, 6 health. Ash is going to find a fadeaway rocket. Sai, Zaylor, and Ash are all going to go down, sacking in to get Bear. But once again, 404 is able to meet up with Corsa and Moo, playing that positioning on the higher ground, and they're just going to try and mop in the potential free frags here from Meat Market as they are unbuffed and losing HP. They don't have a medic, so all the damage that they take is permanent.
Yeah, they're definitely just going to cap middle here and try and post up and try and get people as they're pushing in, but they don't have a medic with them still, so it looks like they're opting to just leave this point to try and play for a refight maybe if someone's overextended. Meat Market really getting crunched by the clock right now, so they really need to make some plays happen. They're going to start going for some really cheeky stuff.
Yeah, as they try and fight into mid here, knowing that they don't have Uber. Sai is going to take the positioning on the point, but Ash and Sai are going to need a ton of damage. Course is going to go down. Zaylor's going to be the next one to follow, as we see 2 down, and both soldiers are ailing on the side of Smiley. So it doesn't look like Smiley has a ton of room to work with, but Moo's going to come in for a cheeky flank onto Bear. They're going to spot her out, but Bear's going to go down. Bear's going to die to the cheeky flank from Moo. Kyuki's going to go down to Sai, who's going to get traded out by Yosh, as we see Patty trying to get in onto Ash. Going to take him down before running away, skill sticking away, knowing that a 185 course is on his trail.
That was a really good aggression from Meat Market, but they did lose Bear because of the cheeky hiding from Moo, and then Moo also just cleaning up Sin right there, being really hungry and getting use as well. Moo's popping
yeah, and we're
right
going to see Yosh getting into last. It looks like a couple people from Meat Market tried to punch a hole in the flank. They were able to get Moo, but they were in a position to come back to last over Smiley, as they are going to get the free frags onto Use and Bear. I'm sorry, Use and Yo. As we're going to see a bomb in from Patty and Kyuki onto 404, who went down to just 46 health, and Bear's down so weak, down to just 30 health, and gonna barely squeak away our both medics from dangerous scenarios, as we do see the Yosh sniper on mid posted up in the top left. Gonna be looking for an air headshot onto the soldier, not gonna find that one. Just going for some cheeky railgun shots onto Sai as he's making space for his team on mid. And 50% ad here for 404. It's dwindling, but Meat Market is going to have all their spawns, and they do have the sniper of Yosh here to try and make something happen. Yosh could be looking for a cheeky angle in the house here, but it looks like Smiley is opting for just waiting for the cap before they try and Uber in. They do have about 15% ad still, but they may not go for something because they're down to just 7 minutes left, and the ball is really in Meat Market's course to try and make something happen.
There's also been a lot of times when Smiley Face pushes in the second or pushes in the mid is when Meat Market's been having the most success with their chaotic repushes and fights, and they just don't want to risk losing it and having another mid, you know, but Meat Market is pushing lower already.
Oh, but Ash! Oh. Ash with a cheeky hiding spot into Valley is going to get the drop onto Bear. Kyuki's going to trade out Corsa, but 404 is going to pop to save his players. Patty's going to die there. Patty says fear pop in the chat. Zayla's going to die to an aggressive Kyuki, but Kyuki's going to go down to Moo and Ash in the house. And we are going to see 404 once again living in a scenario where Bear has died, so building up another Uber ad is Smiley here. As I hear a headshot ring out from the sniper, Yoshi's been pretty quiet so far. He's going to get Ash on that one, though, right as I say that. Making me eat my words there. Gets a cheeky air headshot onto the retreating Ash as he is trying to peek into mid from the valley side of things.
He's really aggressive by himself. Oh,
yeah, he's going to get run down by
yeah.
2 scouts, so it's tough to headshot and finish off 2 scouts that are 185 running at you. That's a very tough ask. Patty's going to go down to an aggressive moot in the valley side of things. Zayler's going to be fighting off an aggressive Kyuki. Going to get a good arrow. 404 hitting some good arrows to keep his team healthy as Kyuki goes down. Yeah, as he gets saved by a couple arrows, hits him with the cheeky taunt, and with just 5.5 minutes left, Meat Market is in a very tough spot. As a Smiley Face is going to want to try and close out this game 5-1. Corsa is going to be taking it in from the far right from his perspective. They're going to walk in. They're going to be looking for any sticky. Soldier's going to bomb in. They're going to pop it off. They're going to be looking for Bear on this one. Bear's going to make it into spawn at 87%, but he's not with anybody. He's the only player in spawn for his team. Yoshi's going to cut out on Sniper. Use and Pouty are going to die on the other side of things. Bear's going to meet up with his team. They're going to get this Uber, but with all their projectile classes dying on the other side, Yoshi's going to get a cheeky headshot on Tamu and Ash. Yosh coming up absolutely huge in this DM fight late on Sniper. Normally a tough ask as the Smiley's going to get in onto the point, and Yoshi's going to gun him down. Patty's going to come in, and Patty's on demo. Use is going to be on Soldier here, as we do see the switch up from Meat Market. Patty is on demo right now.
That's unbelievable. Yoshi's 3k on last definitely helped them from losing another round, but I don't think it's going to make much of them for winning the game. Yoshi looks like he's going to just... Oh, he gets a kill on the Ash too. Yoshi just hasn't missed yet on Sniper right now on the 3k plus the SMG kill.
Yeah, and Moo's going to end the reign of terror there, but Yosh absolutely coming up huge in that DM fight, evening things out when it really mattered. Patty's going to get aggressive in the lobby, going to find a pipe onto Zayler. Kyuki's going to find a pick onto Corsa, so a couple cheeky picks here. Sin's going to get in on the 444, is going to go down. Moves in on the last, though, getting a ton of cap time. Going to gun down Use, going to be trying to 1v1 Patty, but Yoshi's going to come in off the respawner and end that one. Patty just 11 HP. We do see the Ash Spy, who's in the back lines. Looks like he's going for a cheeky pick on the Patty. He's going to go with another Litron Jer kill. And we're going to see Bash in the back lines, you know, causing havoc on Spy, as I think we are seeing some shenanigans as the time is going below 4 minutes.
Some BM plays coming up from Smiley Face, yeah.
Some cheeky banter in the chat from the players as well. We're going to see Psy bomb in onto the point of mid, going to shotgun down to Yosh. Kyuki's going to find the business end of the original there from Psy as well, picking up Bull Scouts, but Meat Market's going to get the cap, and Psy's going to get Sin as well. A huge 3k from Psy, just holding onto the point, as Ash is going to get the backstab onto Bear.
2k.
As I get the launcher air onto Use, as
Pause?
we maybe see another pause. It might. I mean, I don't know if this is the kind of STV that breaks when the game ends. I'm not sure how long the delay is, but in a minute and a half time, it could maybe see potentially a Smiley pushing into last and winning a round, but I'm not super sure. As I think the Patty demo is a pretty cheeky pick. I think Use has been pretty quiet this game. He's gotten some trap kills here and there, but for the most part, Use has been pretty quiet. And it's interesting because I don't think Use is much of a Soldier player to my knowledge. I don't know a ton about him as a player. I know he's played demo for the majority of his career, and I know he's played some demo and Infight, but beyond that, I really don't know if he has much of a name for himself on Soldier. As we are going to see the pretty quick unpause. Oh, and just as we get out of it, I think we're going to repause.
Maybe a technical. I don't know when this happened, but maybe between halftime. Corsa took off his pumpkin hat, deviating from the rest of his teammates. Probably thinks it's bad luck to him or something.
Yeah, I think maybe he went with a banny bind. I want to say on one of the times they were holding last, he had to use the quick like loadout swap bind or whatever.
Oh, that would make sense.
As we are going to go live back into it. We are going to see Patty trying to peek into mid, trying to spam the players on the point as Corsa's trying to pistol him down. He's down so weak. He's going to go down to an aggressive Corsa and 404 as 404 is building up a really big advantage with Bear being dead here as Smiley Face caps up on 2. And once again, we see Meat Market is struggling to hold on here on their last, as we're going to see another potential last push here for Corsa. Looks like they're going to try and go for the far left as they're going to see the bomb in from the soul. They're going to get a really early force. Looks like they are going to gun him down. Sin's going to go down for that one. They're going to find the pyro here in Yosh here as we're going to see the bomb in from Use. He's not going to find much. It's just going to be Kyuki versus the world here. So it's Zaylor, Sai, and Corsa all on the point. Going to go down to a pipe from Zaylor as it's going to be a 5-1 first map here for Smiley. As, it does not look like they updated their config, as they said in the halftime, but, you know, it is 5-1 here. And there, you know, some cheeky banter in the chat. They're saying, y'all done, or are we doing more? They're saying one more in the chat, but it is a 5-1 here for the side of Smiley on this first map of Metalworks.
Let's take a peek at these logs.
I can maybe see why Patty would want to switch with Use here on the demo, as they are on polar opposite sides of the damage spectrum. Patty top damaging in the second half here, as Use at a very quiet 150 damage per minute. And I just felt like there was a lot of scenarios where maybe Use wasn't particularly healthy and was forced to try and take... Yeah, Patty with 35% heals and Use at a mere 18. So I'm not sure if there's just a stylistic difference or what, but it looked like Use maybe just wasn't getting the heals that he needed in some of these team fights that really caused him to struggle, to be frank. I mean, based on the damage and his KD, you know, being 19 and 17, I'm not sure what this... He went 6 and 13 on demo over the course of the second half for the 25 minutes that he did play. So I think maybe it's just a stylistic difference. I'm not sure if he just hasn't played with a really hard pocket style, or maybe he's just not a Metalworks demo. But,
I think he was leaving his heals too many times, like especially in the pushes in the mid. He was just like, even if he was with his medic, there just wasn't a scout with him, and he was getting singled out a lot of times, like especially by I guess by Moo and Corsa too, but Moo having 7 demo picks just coming in for flanks and singling out Use and just like killing him really early in fights, or even when they're leaving, Use is usually one of the furthest people forward when most demo men would be like pretty far out, or at least Zaylor's very far out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the big decider on this map, I mean, there was quite a few differences you could draw the line for Smiley, as it was a 5-1. It was pretty dominant for them outside of the first few minutes for Meat Market. But I want to say the big difference maker in my mind was Moo came up huge in a lot of those DM fights, just getting, you know, cheeky cleanups, and Zaylor putting out just consistent damage to create those scenarios for Moo to clean that damage up. And the next map is Snakewater, so I don't know if they're going to continue with the Patty demo, if they're going to try and let Use go back to his native role. It's a little more demo-centric map, so I don't know if they can maybe play around him more and try and support him, or what the case may be, but there was definitely a disconnect with the rest of Meat Market and Use in that game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know, I think it's going to change a bit, because now we're on a different territory where it's not so much so centered around your soldier. Playing Snakewater Pocket isn't as hard as other scout-friendly maps, but it's definitely a map where you are not getting a very nice KD. You're kind of doing the dirty work, just not as bad as some other maps maybe. You get to trade a lot, and really the control of Saw is in charge of is usually your demo man's job. So it's kind of like you get to go for a lot more plays and leave your combo. The earlier iteration of Meat Market in this season played Snakewater very well, and they kind of almost had like 2 roamers, and they played both their scouts very heavily around May, and that worked like pretty nicely for them. But I don't know if we're going to see that same gameplay now with their new lineup.
Yeah, Patty is on demo for the pregame, so I really don't know. I mean, that could be just Patty being cheeky. Like I said, this is a little more of a demo-centric map, and I would imagine that if there was a map that you would feel comfortable on, it would definitely be this map. I think Snakewater is one of the more demo-friendly maps, as I alluded to earlier. And I think one of like the things I didn't really get a chance to talk about in the pregame was the difference here in Use kind of being newer to the upper echelons of Invite, whereas Zaylor's kind of a multiple, like, you know, Invite finalist. He's made it to grand finals and made Invite playoffs a numerous amount of times, whereas I believe this is the first time that Use is playing playoffs in Invite. And so it's a very different ballgame, as you play different Invite teams versus playing in IM. And, you I think Snakewater is a little more pug-centric of a map too, and I think Meat Market kind of plays around, just having really strong DM and kind of playing the, hey, let's bomb 2 of our soldiers in and just, call our focuses and damage really well. And as you said earlier, this is a very good map for Meat Market, at least in previous iterations, so it'll be interesting to see if they come up for that, and if they can replicate the results with their modified roster coming into playoff.
Yeah, definitely. I think Snakewater really opens up the potential for Meat Market to clean up their act and make a strong comeback here on this map. But I also see it for the case of Smiley Face kind of working it very slow and just getting around slowly and then just making it better. Although
yeah,
I think sorry.
Oh, so yeah, this is historically on the other side of things, though. While this has been a very good map for Meat Market this season, this has also historically been a very strong map for Corsa. Particularly in previous teams he's played on, he's put up some absolutely monstrous performances on Snakewater in particular.
Oh yeah, definitely. Although I think if Patty really does do the thing he's notorious for and make this class change, it might I think it might help the team dynamic because it is more helpful for Demoman, but I'm not sure how well they'd be able to play around him. It'll just kind of depend on like how Kyuki plays around Patty versus how he plays around Use.
Yeah, and going into Snakewater, who do you think the players to watch are, now that we've kind of talked about like what happened in map 1 and kind of broken it down for the teams coming into this particular Snakewater matchup, all things considered? Who do you think like a one player to watch on each team is?
I think the player to watch on a Smiley Face is actually Moo, because even though Moo's turned up a lot in the second half, Moo definitely made a lot of great plays, like I said, singling out Use, and then just in these Chaos DM fights, racking up those kills. I think Moo's going to be a huge impact for when, if Meat Market does do their class change, have they, the Chaos fights where they just bomb in both their soldiers. Moo's definitely going to be someone to watch. And then I think someone to watch for from the side of Meat Market is definitely going to be... I actually think it's going to be Sin, because Sin has also played fairly well on Snakewater, even though it's, like I said before, it's just kind of been Chaos, where it's like both soldiers kind of sacrifice their lives for damage. I think Sin has the potential to do a lot more Chaos control on this map rather than on Metalworks. Even though Metalworks might have been a bit more soldier-friendly, I feel like he can do more on Snakewater. He's just better at this map, It might flow better for their team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And as we do see the players slowly trickle into the server, I do want to give a shout out to BTS Beyond the Summit for it's a LAN happening this January, as we do have some of the players in the server will be attending that LAN, namely about half of Meat Market, as Bear, Patty, and Yosh make up about half of one of the teams that is going to be going in Forward Gaming. So I want to give a quick shout out to that. I believe there's a thread on TFTV for people who want to know more, and you might see some familiar TFTV faces working the production on that one. So I do want to give a shout out to that, and Looster did plug it in the chat for me. So, but yeah, we are waiting for one more player as we wait to go into map 2. What are your score predictions here for map 2, XPS? How do you think Snakewater is going to fare for these teams?
I was horribly wrong about the first one, but I also thought Meat Market would have a much better showing than they did. But after seeing what happened on Metalworks, I think Smiley's actually going to come out on top on this one, but it's going to be a lot closer of a game. I think it's going to be a 5-4 in place of Smiley.
Yeah, something to consider too is that Metalworks was Smiley's map pick, so that was the Corsa choice for maps coming into playoff. So I think it's maybe a little interesting, but it doesn't surprise me that Snakewater is in fact Meat Market's pick.
Definitely, but I'm not sure how this iteration of Meat Market's going to perform like their former.
Yeah, it's hard to know, but we do see... Oh, Yosh goes into Spectate, so he is in the server, but he is in Spectate, wanting to torture us production crew for as long as possible. Meat Market does not like readying up. They're the they're the late night gamers. They go all night.
Just need to take a leak, or get water. Gotta be hydrated.
Yeah, facts.
Staying hydrated is very important.
Yeah, I am a little sad because my water bottle is only about a quarter full now. Went through a lot of water in that. Lister, please do not say heck in my good Christian chat. Thank you.
That's a hard ask. Impossible ask.
Yeah, not in this good at Christian Minecraft server as well. We do see, we are just waiting for the team. So, but yeah, we're just waiting for the two teams already up for map 2 of Snakewater. If you are just joining us for whatever reason, and for whatever reason, if you missed map 1, it was a 5-1 for Smiley. But yeah, we are just I don't know if we want to go down like the swag check here for both teams. I don't know if we want to check out the cosmetics. I know we did allude to it on the last map that Smiley, everybody but Zayler is wearing the pumpkin mask, the headless horseman, headman, or whatever it is.
Looks like they got into Carter's head because he switched and have the put on some more Halloween stuff on his soldier instead of just having the just the pumpkin head from earlier when he was playing on Metalworks.
Oh yeah, so getting the full Halloween spirit here. As yeah, Zayler's got a full set of Halloween items as well. Doesn't look like anybody on the side of Meat Market's really rocking it. Sai is rocking his usual earbuds, and he's got the pumpkin hat as well. But other than that, he does not have a third cosmetic. And then
Yuki's got a alright Halloween thing, but it looks kind of the clipping's kind of off there.
Yeah, and Yosh has decided to join the other team here. It has the horseless, headless horseman's head, as it is called. It's a bit of a mouthful, but he's decided to collude with the other team and join them in their cosmetic scheme.
Yush definitely has the really nice, unusual, the Burning Flames Drill Sergeant. It's a nice hat. He painted it black. Well, I guess he has his whole loadout black.
It's a pretty cheeky soldier loadout for use. It's a pretty swaggin'. It's also got a pretty swaggin' RGB second place medal from RGB3. It's also a pretty cool item. I don't know if anybody else has any cheeky medals. Who else is rocking medals in this server? Sin's got a third place invite medal from season 30. That's pretty epic. Chorus is on all stock. 4-4 is running around on the pyro with the
Of course, the swag meter is at 0 right now. He's just instilling fear, playing stock scout, hatless, bald scout.
Yeah. So we see the 4-4 running around on pyro with the pyro's beanie and the Merc's muffler. He's gearing up for winter. And yeah, we do have 12 in the server. We are just waiting for the teams to ready up here on map 2, which is going to be Snakewater, as they do ready up. Hopefully this is not a bait as we go live with our second map here.
Who do we watch this mid?
This is a pretty demo-centric mid. I'm gonna watch Zayler on this mid.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
As he's gonna be rolling out lower, gonna hit the cheeky surf on the wall, not take the fall damage, gonna be rolling in from lower. It looks like he's about at the same time as Patty, gonna be looking for some early damage. There's gonna be spamming sticks. Zayler's gonna get the better of Patty with just one early stick, as we're gonna see the double soldier bomb in for Meat Market. Sin's gonna get air suspended along with use, but they are gonna pick up 4-4. So with no heals on the side of Smiley, they gotta try and equalize his heal advantage. Corsa and Sai are gonna go down, as Zayler's gonna be trying to find pipes, gonna find a good 2 pipes into Kyuki, as Ash is able to find Yosh. Bear is gonna find his way out. Ailing gonna be picking up the health pack and regenning as him and Patty make it out of the mid, meeting up with their soldier respawners, as Smiley takes the first mid.
That was a really good, nice re-aggression after they lost their medic into them. They didn't get Bear though, so they will have this full Uber advantage waiting for their scout spawners before they push into mid.
Yep, and looks like Smiley, they know that they're at a pretty big Uber set here. They're going to set up some cheeky traps here. They're going to be peeking in as Meat Market looks to gear up to push off this Uber. It looks like Patty and Co are going to gear up in the Saw side of things. They're going to be getting ready to go. They're going to use around the corner here. They're going to bomb Patty in. Patty's going to be looking for a pick onto 4-4. Is not going to find the stickies to juggle him in, as 4-4 is going to find his way out. Everyone's going to find their way out on the side of Smiley, as they're at about 60%. But we do see a back cap. That's Moo on the back line. And joined by Ash as well, so 2 players on the back lines. They're going to be trying to come in to contest. That is Use. Use is going to find the business end of a scattergun and a original there, as Patty's going to bomb in, find a cheeky pick onto Moo, and end this fight. Corsa's going to be running forward, though, along with the help of Zayler, who's going to find 2. And Saya guy's going to join the fight as well, finding a shotgun frag onto Patty. as it is just Sin here off the back of that back cap trying to hold on to his team. He's going to find a good rocket into Corsa, going to find a ton of damage onto the point, but he's all alone. They're going to get the spawns in. Use is going to die on the point, and Sin's going to die as well, and 404 popping that Uber off to secure that first round for Smiley.
Fight on second, going for that back cap and then getting collapsed on. That was just absolutely merciless.
Yeah, and we do see a pretty quick first round. We saw this on the other map for Meat Market taking the first round about 3 minutes in, so we might see a reverse here, but we are going to be going into our second mid.
Demo Man and Patty back on Soldier for 1 round.
Yeah, so Use is going to be returning to his usual role of Demo Man. They've decided to not partake in any more shenanigans, as we're going to see the Soldier Bomb in from Smiley, as it's going to be Ash trying to make his way into the backline. Use is going to be turning around for him, getting pressured really hard, as Patty is going to eat a ton of damage and die on the point to Moo, and with Yosh and Patty down, and Bear's going to go down as well. Sai once again finding a very, very important medic pick late into the fight, as it is just the respawner of Yosh here. Building up a sentry on his last.
He's doing like so much damage right now, even though he's not cleaning up all these kills. Every time he walks forward, he hits like almost half of his stickies, and he's just definitely making a lot of room for his team, especially on these mid fights too, getting that constant damage out, letting their team aggress really easily.
Yeah, and I want to say Ash has been getting a ton of value out of his bombs. He's been getting almost everybody on the side of Meat Market to turn around, and with another full Uber ad, we're going to see Corsa peeking into last, trying to find some information for his team. They're sniffing out the sticky traps, trying to make sure there's nothing cheeky that can make this push go wrong, as they look to hear from the shutter side. They're going to pop through on Corsa. They did not spot the gun behind the barrels here, but Zaya's going to take it down pretty quickly. No stickies on the point. Corsa tries to play the point, baiting the players in. We're going to see the collapse in from Meat Market. They're going to find a ton of damage. Moo's going to go down. Sai and Ash are both ailing, as Kyuki's going to try and get healed up. There's no soldiers on the side of Meat Market. They're only down Moo on the side of Smiley, but it doesn't look like they're going to try and go, as they are wary of the Uber from Bear.
Definitely. I'm not sure how this push out's going to go, because they're going to try and push off their last, but it looks like they're staggering a little bit. I'm not sure if they're going to wait for Patty or if they're just going to go right now. But it looks like they just pop out of battlements right now. They go really deep with their demos. Use going a bit too far.
Oh, yeah, Use landed on the stickies from Zaylor, lived with just 24 health, I want to say. Very, very dangerous there for Use, but he's going to survive. Patty is going to be up on the high pipe trying to get some information for his team, as 404 is at 85%, about to come up on this Uber. Moo is on Sniper as well, going to be taking pot shots from the window, and looking for anything. Ash is going to find Use, though. Ash is hiding in the cheese area, and Bazaler and Sai. Oh, it's going to be huge from them. They're going to bomb in there, clean up everybody on the side of Meat Market, as it is just Bear on the left side of last, from his perspective, trying to spam arrows in, as Zaler's going to be sticking up the point. Bear's going to find some cheeky arrows into the soldier of Sai, but he's going to get stuck in spawn. It's going to be Use going down to the stickies of Zaler on the spawn door, and it's going to be 2-0 here for Smiley.
Patty's back on demo. You know, Patty has some theory crafting here. I'm gonna get on the Patty cam this mid and see what happens.
Yeah, Patty's back on demo, so just as quickly as they switched off of it, they have switched back to the Use pocket theory. And Patty's going to be playing pretty aggressive on this mid, trying to make space for his team. Gonna find some decent damage into Zaylor, gonna make sure he's not very healthy, as we're gonna see the bomb in from Sin, gonna take down Zaylor. Use is gonna go down on the other side of things. They're gonna trade 1-for-1 here. Smiley is gonna take a ton of damage, and 404 is gonna go down along with Corsa. Sin's gonna die on the other side of things. Sai gonna get in on the Bear, gonna find a really good first rocket, gets him down to just 20 HP, but not able to find a third rocket onto him. Moo's gonna try and follow up on that damage, but Kyuki's gonna be there to protect his medic well.
That was a really good mid that I was talking about with the former Meat Market doing with the embodying the sacking both your soldiers, or making space with your soldiers, I should say, and then definitely playing off of your scouts and your demo. And they did a really good job of like orbiting Bear and then cleaning up the frags as they came to them.
Yeah, and we are going to see the Moo Sniper and the Corsa Engineer trying to secure things up for this last hold, as Meat Market is going to pop in from the shutter side of things. They are going to take Patty and Kyuki in. Patty's going to get launched sky high here, going to get air headshot on the way down. Moo hitting a pretty cheeky shot onto him. Ash is going to die, but he's going to find a ton of damage on the other side of things. Use is going to be trying to bait the point for his team, as he is going to go down there. Yosh is going to get cleaned up along with Kyuki and Sin. Everybody going down. Corsa fighting a 3K on the heavy there. And
Corsa is absolutely like rolling right now. I don't know. He's getting multiple kills in almost every single fight.
And we are going to see successful defense here for Smiley, as they have about a 60% advantage that they are going to be using to try and push into mid. They are probably going to wait for their spawner of Zaylor as 404 comes up on the last few percent of his Uber. And looks like they're going to be peeking into the Saw side of things, clearing these stickies from Patty. This Bears at about 60% here. Looks like they're going to go up off the catwalk side of things. They're going to try and bait out some of the spam here as they get in. Patty's going to be trying to spam it. 404 is going to go down though. Drop that Sin with a really, really good bomb there. Was able to get in. Sai's going to clean him up, but the damage is done. The Uber's on the floor for the side of Smiley as Bear's coming up on his own Uber here to try and counter push.
That was crazy how fast Sin just came in, and then 404 wasn't expecting that at all, and then just drops that Uber.
Yeah, and Bear's going to be trying to take it in from the Saw side of things, going to be with Patty and the Scout here. Use is going to be bombing high into the sky, trying to get some info for us. He's going to get a nice rocket onto Ash. And, you know, you've shown that he can do it on Soldier as well, getting a cheeky shot to clean up Ash there as 2 down on the side of Smiley. And with just the off-glass of the Engineer of Moo, Patty's going to be bombing in, trying to secure the left spawn door. And looks like the Uber's going to end here on the truck for Meat Market as they're going to be trying to bomb in. Sai's going to go down, but they're going to get the spawners of Ash. Sin's going to trade out for Thing, as Moo's going to get melted on the point, trying to come in to contest. It's Ash, Corsa, and 404 versus Use, Patty, and Bear. Use is going to go down, but Use is going to get a pick on to 404. So, once again, Bear's going to have an Uber out here.
They're definitely just chaining their Uber advantages here. It's I know 404 dropped, but he then kind of put himself in a position that wasn't very safe on last there. So now they're going to have Uber advantage again going into last. Do you think they're going to try going lower again, or do you think they're going to take this right and not bomb Patty because they're going to have a sentry gun this time?
It's hard to say because the sniper makes it really hard to push the right side and try and milk it, but when they have like an NG and such passive positioning, it's hard to push if you don't milk it. So they're in a tough spot on the side of Meat Market. I would imagine that they'll try and go through the shutter again and maybe just not try and instantly use. They are going to find a really aggressive move in the shutter side of things. The Soldier's going to be spamming in the drop down. They're going to use through. They're going to force players into the spot. And they're actually going to take gun as it's being built. Kyuki's going to get out of the point. They're going to clear the stickies. And they are going to get their first round on the board for Snakewater.
That was such unlucky timing with that sentry gun getting moved and then just being mid-build as they were pushing in. But that was still a really good push from the side of Meat Market.
Yeah, and, you know, Meat Market showing some signs of life, you know, maybe struggling the first couple rounds here, but they are going to get themselves back into this as we go into our 4th mid here. And, for the most part, Smiley's been doing a really good job on these mids, but, you know, Meat Market did win the last one, and they are going to continue to rock the Use Soldier and Patty demo as Use bombs into the other team's kitchen, going to fake it out, going to rebomb, going to find a really good rocket into 404 and clean him up there. Sin and, Patty, Sin, and Use are all going to go down this side of things. It's going to be Corsa, Moo, and Sai trying to pick Bear off here. Bear's going to eat a decent first rocket from Sai, but the Corsa's going to get in, going to get down to just 22 HP, and he's going to go down. Bear dies to the 2 aggressive scouts as Corsa's going to go down, Moo's going to go down, Yoshi's going to clean up the 2 scouts, but with the very late medic pick for the side of Smiley, 4-4 is going to build him up a pretty good advantage here.
That was a very absolute scrappy fight, but on the side of Smiley, they did a really good job of re-aggressing while they were backing up into Saul, and that bomb with the 2 scouts just running through was able to get Bear really weak and clean him up. Yosh trading them out did help, though, because now they don't have to... their scouts are going to be late deaths here.
Yeah, and Ash tried to bomb into mid, trying to make some space for his team, but he is going to get cleaned up. Sai's going to clean up Yosh, who was in onto 404, but was only able to find about 45 damage into him. And looks like Smiley and Co. want to try and repush the mid since they had a heal advantage, but Bear's going to be arriving into mid. He was able to meet up with the spawning scout of Kyuki, and looks like it's going to be a second mid fight here, but with Yosh being down in exchange for Ash, we're going to see the bomb in from Use, going to get some decent damage onto 404 and Zaylor. They're both down so weak, just 13 HP on both of them. 404 is going to go down to Kyuki as Sin and Use are going to die on the other side of things, but with 404 down, it looks like Meat Market is just going to back up. They're going to concede mid and build up this Uber.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Meat Market in a very similar scenario. Uber advantage with no soldiers just on the respawn right now. They're going to be looking to probably milk into second here.
Yeah, and Bear's going to get into mid relatively for clean. They're going to bait out all that spam. He's able to get the pack, going to get a cheeky roller there, but they aren't going to pop going into mid. But what is actually kind of a help to them for Smiley is the fact that they didn't actually cap the point. They had a ton of cap time. It's actually going to slow them down even more because they have to revert the capture time and recap. But they are just going to leave one scout. Use is going to go down to Ash on the offensive here. As they are going to finally get the pop out of Bear as Meat Market's going to get aggressive into 2 in this lobby area. But Moo's actually in the back lines. Maybe going to be trying to stop mid. He's going to stop the cap here. Going to find a first good shot onto Yo. It's going to be a tense 1v1. Moo's actually going to get off the cap and let Yosh cap, but they're going to go down. Moo in the backline able to get that pick. Ashley going to bomb into mid looking for Bear, getting down to a 60 HP. As the re-aggression in from Smiley here. They don't quite have their Uber, but you know, they're just rolling off the damage and picks as they are able to get the midpoint here.
Corsa in deep trying to get a kill there through catwalk, but instantly gets shut down by the soldier. Looks like they want to take their Uber through Saw here, maybe catch out these players, but it looks like they're just going to wait for this cap before they go.
Yeah, we're going to see the Yosh sniper here, who was absolutely popping off on Metalworks, as Sin's going to bomb in and clean up Zaylor to his own self-damage, as we're going to see the rebomb in from Sin, who was not able to get anything onto 404, but we're going to see the reset here, but Sai's going to go down to Yosh. He is peeking into that lower area, but the Snakewater second sight lines prove superior to Yosh, so he finds Sai. And what is a tiny Uber ad here for the side of Smiley is actually about 10%. Looks like they're just going to back up with Sai being dead. And Course is going to get headshot through the window area, so Yosh finding another headshot, not able to clean up on that kill, but you know, Yosh finding headshot after headshot, almost every opportunity presented to him, he's hitting something.
Yosh is crazy at Sniper time and time again. He's just a very reliable person to throw up on Sniper, and he's going to do something.
You see the cheeky soldier taunts on mid from the Smiley soldiers. They are up 2-1 in this game. This is the first half. There's about 16.5 minutes left. So the onus is on Meat Market, and you know, Yosh is trying to make things happen, but we may be in it for the long haul as we see once again another map that is very classic for stalemating from mid to 2. As Looster is very upset about the potential flaw in 5 CP. That is one thing that's been a hot topic on the on TFTV is the discussion of how do we break teams stalemating and playing the timer in 5 CP. It doesn't look like Smiley even wants to go for anything. They haven't sacked Ash, and it's been about a minute and a half since they've capped up mid. So maybe it looks like they're trying to go for something now. They are rotating people into position, but as Corsa's going to run in and get body shot by Yo. So we might see Corsa opt to try and counter snipe him here. Sin's going to get in super deep and find a force on the 404. So, you know, Meat Market maybe catching and napping Smiley here as Moo's going to pick up Sin, but the damage is done. 404 has popped his Uber, and Bear is super far back. There's no chance for them to force here as Yoshi's going to post up on the bats looking for any potential peaks. It's actually just going to walk back to spawn as they wait for the Sin respawn. So they're going to get, 6 up, and they're going to be trying to push at full strength here as Patty's peeking into the Saw side of things. They're actually going to catch outside is you speaking into the Saw side of things. So as a Scout's going to peek in and find them in the Saw area, Patty's going to go down to his trap from Zaylor. So
Patty.
Yeah, that might be grounds to cancel because Patty, I want to say, is one of the more talkative players, but looks like they're going to go for it anyways. They're going to pop in. Corsa's going to go down to Kyuki. Nice 3-shot there from him on the 185 Corsa, as it looks like they're going to cap up on this mid. Sai's going to spawn up, but he's actually, a little away from his team. There's going to be Scout flanking in. They're going to be trying to get in onto 404. Zaylor's going to clean him up with a pipe, but Sin once again comes in and picks up 404. So what was happening to Bear on the last map with just getting caught in every transition looks like it's happening to 404 on this one.
Definitely. Kyuki and Sin went super, super deep while his combo was capping the point, surprisingly. So it was just like really well coordinated between the two of them to get onto him.
Yeah, and once again, they're able to chain this Uber advantage. They're going to have about a 60% by the time 404 spawns here as they're peeking into last, trying to see what Smiley has to offer in terms of defense. That being the Moo sniper and the the Moo engineer and the Corsa sniper, as Ash is going to meet Sin in the drop down, going to lose that 1v1 as Sin's going to find his way out, going to get healed up as Bear's going to come up on his Uber. Corsa going to be taking some pot shots in from the right side from his perspective, as they're going to use in from the shutter, the Scout and Demo classic on Snakewater, as the Uber's ending above the point. They're trying to bait the cap. Ziggy's are dead. Kyuki's going to get a ton of cap time on the point, but he's going to die for. The people are going to come in to contest from Smiley, but everybody's getting destroyed by the explosive damage for Meat Market as they tie this game up at 2-2.
Looks like Meat Mark is really coming with this comeback. I'm actually going to get on the Sin Camp for this mid, because I feel like he does a lot with these bombs on mid to let Patty and Kyuki really walk forward into their team.
Yeah, and just like how we saw on the other map, you know, Smiley came out a couple quick rounds, but, you know, on this map pick, it is Meat Market's map pick. They are showing him why it is their map pick. Able to pick up a couple of cheeky picks. Sin's going to be bombing in, trying to find some space up top. Going to counter drop the Soldier of Ash. Going to help come back to clean up the Soldier of Sai. Kyuki's going to die to Corsa, and he's actually going to pick up Muse. Moo's going to pick up Sin on the other side of things. 404 and Moo are down so weak, but Moo's going to get healed up by 404. Yoshi's going to get focused down. He's going to make his way out of Saw. Able to dodge the stickies of Zaylor, but the scout's going to be in from lower. That's going to be Corsa finding Patty. Moo's going to get a pick onto Yosh, and it's just going to be Bear on the battlement. Doesn't get any spawns for 2 seconds. Corsa is going to get in a combined 5 frags for the scouts of Smiley.
That was crazy good cleanup from the side of Smiley. They just went super deep and got all the kills they needed.
Yeah, and 404 is going to have an uber advantage here. Zaylor's going to find a trap kill onto Kyuki here as well. So, you know, looking for a cheeky peek on Sniper is going to result in him back in the respawn queue. As he's down for another 10 seconds, and he's going to be up in time for the post-fight, but he's not going to be in time to defend and help kite this Uber, as Corsa is going to pop it in from lower. They're going to get in onto Patty. Patty's able to juke his way into spawn, but they're going to try and get some cap time on the point. Corsa's going to start to cap. And they're going to get a couple stickies on the point. People are going to come into contest. Sin's going to go down to Sai as Ash finishes up the sentry gun here. So weak on the side of Meat Market. Use Patty and Bear also weak, but you know, the projectile classes aren't healthy on the side of Smiley either. It's just going to be a DM fight, and it looks like Smiley's grouping up around the lower, baiting him in. Zaylor's going to be trying to find stickies here. Patty's just baiting his stickies on the point, but everyone's so weak on the side of Meat Market. They're going to get 2 clean frags. Is Zaylor piping down Patty and Yo, and it's going to be a 3-2 half here for Smiley.
Alright, time to crack open these logs.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious to see these logs, because it did stalemate it a couple times, but I want to say for the most part, Corsa was going absolutely wild.
Oh, Corsa and Finn going absolutely huge. Corsa went 19 for 8 with 282 DPM, and Sin, even though trading his life for damage, doing 274 DPM, the highest damage by a lot on the side of Meat Market.
Yeah, and it looks like on this map, as much as Yus was struggling in the first map, it looks like Patty and Yus are both kind of struggling again at 208 and 161 damage respectively, and both are at about a half KD, so even with them struggling, I feel like when they're able to pull it together and they're able to kind of play those roles and kind of find their spot on the map, they're able to contest with Smiley really well, but Smiley has done a pretty good job of figuring out what they need to change after dropping those couple rounds, and kind of got it together and went back to punishing them. As you know, we do have a 3-2 half. I don't know if they're going to reset the map again, because they reset the map last time at halftime, but it's a little closer than we saw on the first map, but the first map also was pretty back and forth and pretty fast paced for the most part in the first half, and the second half was pretty slow. And Smiley was able to kind of grind it out in the end. I'm wondering if Meat Market is going to adopt a similar policy. We're trying to slow it down, because I want to say for the most part, Yosh was getting the better end of everybody on Smiley on Sniper, because Yosh was just hitting about almost every single shot that he was presented to hit, he was hitting. And,
definitely, Yoshi was making a lot of work done on Sniper.
And that was just him just kind of hanging out on bats on second too. I think if they played a little more around him and played a little more aggressively, and were able to try and, you know, work their sniper a little bit more, especially when the Ubers are even, I'm thinking Yoshi could do a lot of damage, because he's been playing really hot from just the couple times he's been on Sniper.
An interesting stat to notice here is 404's drop, but that also means that Meat Market had 3 more Ubers over Smiley, which really begs the question of how are their Ubers being used, right? And if they had 3 more Ubers, and to make it seem fair, you were saying that 404 was getting caught a lot more like how Bear was on Metalworks, but even though Bear was getting caught, they were still, you know, generally popping the same amount of Ubers, but now it's being really shown that 404 is struggling to get these Ubers out, but this brings us into the next half.
Yeah, and we are going to be going into our 6th mid here. First half was 3-2 in favor of Smiley, as, you know, we are going to be going into the 6th mid, like I said, and we're going to see if Meat Market can pull it together and find the magic that they found on the couple mids that they did win in the first half. And Zayler's going to be playing pretty passive as Patty's really aggressive on the point here. The Scout's going to be aggressive with him, but he's going to go down to the stickies of Zayler, who's all set up. Patty's going to pipe down Psy. Use is going to get in and find a really good first rocket onto 404, who's going to surf it into the skybox. Not able to find the airshot on that one, and it looks like we're going to find another mid here for Smiley as a disconjointed meat market is going to try and scramble their way to last. And Corsa's going to get into last and pick up the demo of Patty, and Yoshi's going to trade that one out, but with no demo, it's going to be pretty difficult for Smiley to contest, but it looks like they're going to come out and knowing that they have that spawn advantage and knowing that a couple people are on the respawner for Smiley, as the second scout of Moo is going to die, with leaving no scouts on the side of mid for Smiley, which means the soldier bombs here are very dangerous for the side of meat market.
This is definitely the perfect ground for meat market as they're taking space right now.
Looks like they want to get aggressive in this saw side. Looks like they're going to take an exchange. Ash is going to find Yosh here. Nah, Bear has yet to pop. Going to get forced off here. Corsa is going to find a pick onto Sin, but Ash is going to go down in exchange for that force. The Ubers are both going to fade as I think we're just going to see a reset. We're going to see a really high bomb in from Smiley as they wrap in from the lower. As, Psy once again picks up Bear. Use is going to find a good first rocket into 404 once again. Oh, but with the fadeaway, turned away, and 404 walked back thinking that Use wasn't going to turn back around, but he does. Zayler's going to pipe down Use, but the damage is done. 404 has died, and Smiley's going to wipe off the back of that.
That was really poorly played from Smiley after that huge bomb in catching Bear. They rushed that push so much and nobody got rebuffed or played heals. They just all bled in one by one and eventually turned into just like a very downhill fight for Smiley, and that's now putting them at like what would have been a nice Uber advantage and now even Ubers.
Yeah, and Corsa's going to get back into mid, and with the help of Ash, is going to pick up Yosh, knowing that they had the respawners and that meat market wasn't set up. They're going to try and take this fight. Psy's going to kill himself to the self-damage and drops a tiny bruh in chat. As Sin's going to end up in the skybox. It's actually going to pick up Zayler, but Ash is going to pick up Use, and Corsa's going to get Sin. So 3 down on the side of meat market. They do have the spawn advantage. They are going to get their spawner of Yosh as Smiley is not capping. They are going to regroup on the point here is Smiley. Bear does have about a 25% Uber ad as well, so the longer this goes on, the more this favors meat market, but it looks like the collective DM and focus fire is going to favor Smiley here as they capture up the midpoint.
Looks like they want to go lower with this, maybe try and sack someone and maybe get people aggressive, but it looks like they're just getting stuffed up by spam right now. Looks like we're just doing another classic reset, another stalemates.
Yeah, and I think this is about what I said at halftime, where I think Smiley and meat market know that as the time ticks down, it matters more and more. And Smiley being up 3-2 has zero issues holding on to mid. I mean, there are 27 minutes left, right? But they are just 27 minutes away from winning map 2 to secure their spot in the upper bracket finals to play Freyotech. You know, it looks like they're buffing up Ash. They're going to peek in here. Ash is going to get in, going to find a rocket onto Bear, but he's going to die before he can get a second one off here as, you know, the dust kind of settles. We're going to see Sin getting aggressive in the lower side of things. Look, he's going to find his way into kitchen, delaying for a couple seconds here. He's going to bomb into mid, looking for 404, but 404's positioning is excellent, and Sin's not going to find a single point of damage. He's just going to find, of course, the scattergun as he goes down. But Ash got a really fast spawn, and Sin's down for another 12 seconds, but it looks like they're just going to opt to slow it down and pick up the sniper rifle from Moo. Oh, but Psy's going to bomb in!
Shotgun sack, holy.
Just absolutely destroyed Kiki on the point with the rocket shotgun combo, and was able to get a force onto Bear as well, popped him straight up against the wall, and had that rocket perfectly placed at his feet to kill him if he didn't pop. As we are going to see Smiley going to roll into second here with their full Uber at the Moo sniper, keeping people back from the doorways as they secure their defenses here. On last is the meat market team.
Normally being down your pocket and then having your scout on sniper would be really bad taking pushes like that because you're down another scout, but it really worked out well because Moo could solidify like them milking it and now popping in the last with full Uber ad.
Yeah, and Course is going to pop in on the right side. They aren't going to find much. They're going to find the sentry. Course is going to clear enough stickies here to contest as we're going to see the re-aggression in from meat market, and they're just going to bomb around. Sin's going to go down to his own self, but of course it gets back on the point as they collapse on them, and they are going to get their 4th round here. It's a 4-2 game here for Smiley. Yeah, we are going to go into our 7th mid as Meat Market is on series point here
Patty
to
scuffed rollout.
So yeah, we are going to see the much faster rollout here from Zayler, who opts to play a little more passive versus Patty, who's going to play aggressive on the point once again. Of course, they're going to be dropping down, trying to find damage on both those players. We're going to see a really high bomb out of soldiers for Meat Market. 404 is under just 30 health, but Yu's not able to find the upward splash to finish him off. 404 is going to pick up the health pack, as Bear's actually trapped in his own kitchen, and is going to get walked at. Zayler's going to be looking for the pick here, but Bear's going to give him the juke. As players are going down left, right, and center for Smiley late in this fight, as 404 and Corsa were out to try and get that pack, and Meat Market's going to take, I want to say this is their 3rd mid of this map.
Yeah, that would have been really disastrous for Meat Market if Zayler literally hit 2 pipes just on either one of them and secured that frag.
Yeah. We are going to see the Uber exchange here in a yard. Meat Market's going to have a much worse Uber at that. Course is going to be looking for frags here with a slightly better Uber, but it looks like they're just going to back off, and Soldiers can come in from the window, find a ton of damage into Corsa. Corsa going to get healed up here as they're going to be trying to focus down the damage. 404 trying to find arrows on his players as they're all pretty weak. Ash is down to just 40 health, but he's going to jump back. The flank here for Meat Market is down so weak. As Yus is going to bomb in, trying to make space for a team. He is going to go down as Kyuki and Sin, down to about a collective 80 health, are going to die. As Sin's actually going to make his way out to mid as Patty gets a cheeky trap kill on the course.
Oh, those trap kills are brutal, man.
Yeah, and we are going to see the reaggression in from Saw from Patty. Going to find a pipe onto 404, which is 4 HP. 404. Oh, and Sin's going to peek in from the catwalk area. And he's going to find Ash as well. Really good play there for Meat Market as they're able to find a couple good kills to win out this fight. Bear's gonna go down on the other side of things. I didn't see what happened there exactly.
Sin
but
going absolutely insane, just bombing behind and getting the 3 kills in Saul, and then landing on Zayler, just directing him, basically carrying his team in that fight with that play.
Yeah, I think he got 4 or 5 kills in that fight. That was absolutely insane out of Sin with absolutely massive flank plays. As we are going to see Smiley on their own last. They're going to get some cheeky peeks here into lobby, but they should be on their own last here shortly, as the Ubers have a small advantage here for Bear, but nothing they can push off of as they try and cheer up the defenses with the Moo Engineer.
They are just trying to play it safe here, even though it's even Ubers. They don't want to drop that round and let the momentum start going in the favor of Meat Market. But definitely we're just going to see probably some more off-classing shenanigans here on this last hold. See what happens, what each team busts out this time.
Yep. Yeah, there's about 22 minutes left, give or take, for Meat Market to get 2 rounds to try and tie this game up. This is their map pick. The ball is in their court. They're holding Smiley on their last, as Psy Guy is actually on the sniper right now. Again, not really the sniper that I would have picked. Again, both the pockets for their team. Sai is going to switch around, going to Pyro and Heavy, as he's going to decide on the Pyro for this one. He's going to be walking around with his trusty shotgun, going to find some damage into Sin, who trades out with Ash, as Kyuki's going to go down as well. Sai and Corsa ailing, but they're both going to live with the assistance of 404 as a 2-man comes in for Meat Market. And we are just going to be playing the stalemate game as slow as it is, and we are going to see Kyuki pick up the sniper rifle, so he's going to take his turn at trying to play sniper, as Ash has picked up the sniper rifle now. Ash is going to play sniper.
I think Kyuki's going to make something happen here and pushing last on sniper. So we haven't seen the Kyuki sniper for Snakewater yet, but we did see him play on Metalworks and not really get a lot done because his team got pushed.
It's a bit of an interesting choice, at least in my mind, to put Kyuki on sniper rather than Yosh. I think Yosh is a little more tenured as a sniper than Kyuki, and Kyuki does play combo scout for this team, but if Kyuki wants to take his turn at picking up the sniper rifle, I think just about everybody else on the other team has. So, and Ash gonna be peeking in as well to the lobby. Ash is not buffed right now. He is in a position to be fully charged body shot, as Kyuki is looking for any sort of angle on this bridge area. As Ash is actually going to get the fully charged body shot into Kyuki. So we're going to see 1 down for the side of Meat Market as they get really aggressive. Ash is actually going to headshot Patty here with the assistance of Corsa. So with no demo here for Meat Market, they are in a position to be attacked. Ash is actually going to get a pretty cheeky peek as they're going to get a quick sighting of Bear there, and Bear's actually going to pop off his Uber. So the pressure a little too great for Bear, as 404 and Co are going to make it out of lobby and not use their Uber. We're going to see a full ad here for Smiley.
Definitely Corsa prodding out of lobby right here. I think they're... Oh, you see the back cap coming in.
Yosh!
Oh.
Yosh, I think, just ran in from lower as everybody on Smiley was trying to gear up to go and just got on the point. Nobody was able to get back to the point to contest in time, and it's going to be a 4-3 game here for Smiley.
That was an unbelievable back cap. Did he go through lower? Because that was crazy.
Yeah, he had to have just run in from lower.
Wow.
As we go into our 8th mid here, Patty a little faster than Zaylor this time. Again, playing really aggressive on the point, trying to find that early damage. Gonna be trying to control the scouts on the shed, looking to make some space for his team, trying to get those lanes open for soldiers to bomb. As we are gonna see Side jumping in, trying to pressure Patty back. 404's down so weak once again, down to just 40 health. As everybody's going down on the side of Smiley. Their passive mid not working out. It's just Corsa. As I think he's in one team's kitchen. Yeah, he's going to be finding his way into the other team's lower. He's down to just 7 HP. Going to get chip shot down by Kyuki. A perfect wipe for the side of Meat Market.
That was really interesting how fast everyone collapsed as soon as 404 got hurt. The soldiers got so much room on the side of Meat Market, and they were able to just push them across and get all the kills super quickly. That was really nicely played.
Yeah, and we are going to see Meat Market pushing into last here. They don't have the cap on the second, but they are going to be popping this off as they are going to find 404. He's going to make his way back into spawn, but Yosh is actually contesting 2 here. As I'm sorry, the Soldier are contesting Yosh on 2. Both the Soldier are going to be jumping around, and they're going to win the 2v1 here as a bunch of people going down for the side of Meat Market. Use and Patty, the only survivors. Use is going to be on the point, and with his boy Patty, they're going to cap it up. They're going to trade outside as they're going to find a good pipe into Corsa is Patty, but Corsa's going to pistol him down as Zaylor finishes off Use. And Yosh is going to pick up the sniper rifle once again. So again, we're just taking turns. Everybody's playing sniper.
Sniper's a fun class, man. I really can't blame him. But that was actually really nicely played to try and stop the capper there. It just didn't work out as much as planned. And it looks like they're going to try and take this Uber advantage through catwalk. Check through, no stickies. Taking the high ground here. It looks like they're just trying to dodge the smab, but they do know about the sniper and they're trying to play around it weary. The soldier bombing through, getting really denied here, but it looks like they're pressuring out and looks like they are milking. But Yosh still posted up at catwalk looking at them. And it looks like Sai has to send.
Yeah, Sai tried to bomb in and pressure the sniper out, but Sin was able to punish him for that. Sin's gonna re-bomb in and find some decent damage into Ash and Corsa, but they're able to get healed up as Corsa's actually in from the lower area, and they're gonna right back into mid. Corsa's gonna peek up on the catwalk. He's gonna find an exposed Yosh. Yosh is gonna go down so weak, but gonna get tanked there as Corsa's cleaned up by the SMG of Yosh, and Ubers are gonna even out here. But it doesn't look like Meat Market is going to have any of it. They're going to be bombing in. Use is going to bomb in and find Zaylor in that, but Sin and Use are going to go down on the other side of things. Yoshi will be struggling to find a shot as Moo's going to get him in the back lines, cleaning that up. So 3 down on the side of Meat Market in exchange for Zaylor. Moo's going to get in, trying to find the pick onto Bear, but Bear a little too healthy for that one.
That was really interesting how they sacked both their soldiers, even though they had a sniper, but it looks like they're trying to scare them off with this Uber. They might just be popping into them. The bomb comes in, going behind, just trying to scare them and make them split their attention. But right now they're just trying to buy time, taking the position. They do pop off their Uber. They're bombed, they're demoing. They're going to catch out the 404 here. He does die. And they're going to catch out the scout as well. And this is going to be a really good Uber for Meat Market, even though this could have very easily been prevented.
Sai with a huge play is able to pick up Bear on the other side of things and take him down. Kyuki's going to clean up Moo. Ash is going to get Kyuki on the other side of things, so it's a scrappy DM fight. Smiley is going to wipe on the back of that 404, and of course they're going to spawn up here. As Use actually went to get the pack on the point, is going to find Corsa and 404. 404 is actually going to get a cheeky arrow kill onto him.
Taunting him.
As yeah, gets the cheeky taunt kill. Or, I'm sorry, the cheeky taunt post kill, but you know, Meat Market is going to be capping up on the mid as Bear's going to get his respawn here, and based on that taunt, 404 is actually going to lose a decent amount of Uber head.
I mean, to be fair, he's going to make up for the fact that he got blatantly caught out while they had Uber at, even though they only had 3 players on med.
Yeah, and once again, Yosh spawning up on the sniper, deciding that Scout is a boring class. He wants to play the other point-and-click adventure class. As Meat Market is trying to get aggressive in the saw here, trying to find anybody caught out from the side of Smiley. As Ubers are roughly even with 4, we're having about a 4% advantage.
gotta push off that 4 ad. No, they're probably just they're gonna play Yosh Sniper for sure. He's definitely made a lot happen too here on Snakewater, and they're gonna keep rolling him on Sniper because it's really effective. Even though they kind of put him in really bad positions, he gets nice shots.
Yeah, and Corsa's gonna opt to counter snipe him here. So I think we've completed the trifecta of every person in the server who wants to play Sniper. And Corsa's actually going to find Kyuki standing still in the window there, so it's going to find something with his first shot. He's actually going to get a really high damage headshot into Yus, who peeked him in the lower area, as Corsa and Yoshi are going to be looking at each other in the yard area here. Moo's going to be really aggressive onto the point here, trying to bait somebody forward, trying to give Corsa some shots. Going to miss the air headshot onto that bombing soldier. Actually going to hit the headshot on the soldier, as Zaylo's going to connect with a spam pipe on him there. Yoshi's going to be peeking into lower from the bridge. They're going to be taking pot shots at each other. There is a pick here on the side of Smiley. They have a pick on the roamer, as Ash is going to go down to Yosh on the other side of things, and Moo's going to go down, got headshot, and then cleaned up by a rocket from Yus. But Bear's going to pop off this Uber, and they aren't able to find 404. They might be able to get a pick onto Corsa. Corsa's actually going to get arrowed up. Sai's going to get caught in kitchen. Kyuki dancing for his life, but the arrows from 404 too good to keep Sai healthy, as the dust kind of settles here. 404 has a full Uber ad. Corsa's still on Sniper, but Moo's going to be up off the respawn here to come in and help out.
It's going to be really interesting how they take this push into lower with the Sniper and having Moo kind of playing the heals here.
Oh, and we're finally going to see the Sniper v Sniper end in a headshot on the other, and Corsa's going to get the better of Yosh there, as we are going to see the push in from 404 in the Africa area. We're going to see the high bomb out of Sin, going to get air shot by Zayler. I'm sorry, that was Yus that got rolled by Zayler there in the yard area, as 404 is, below the bats here. Kyuki's going to try and find his way out lower, but he's going to catch the stray rocket from Sai, as Bear's about to come up on this Uber. 404 is going to use it through the shutter. They're going to pop on Sai here, but Bear's going to get this Uber, and 404 is going to be kind of caught on his own. He's getting body blocked by Patty. 404 is trying to make it out lower, going to be dodging for his life, down to just 30 health. Going to stand on the roller from Patty and go down. So with 404 dead here, we're likely going to see an all-in from Smiley as they try and get in the Bear, but not a single person was able to find damage on the Bear, as Meat Market's able to very easily hold their last.
That's the worst feeling ever, just being body blocked by Uber players trying to leave. Like, that's really it just grinds your gears.
Oh,
there.
yeah. Especially, too, when there's not a lot your team can do about it. So, we are going to see about a 40 ad here for the side of Bear. And Corsa's going to continue his sniper spree, as Yosh also wants to continue the sniper gameplay here. So, looks like we're playing
really careful coming out of last, because even though they have a sniper, he might switch off. They have the back cap potential here, and especially in a really close game, I definitely think that someone on the side of Smiley might go for a back cap, even though Corsa's sniping.
Yeah, the other thing to consider, though, is that there is just 11 minutes left for Meat Market to try and get 1 round to tie it up, or 2 to win out the map. And it looks like Bear and Co are going to pop this Uber off about a 15% ad for them by the time they actually used it. They aren't going to find anything. Patty's not going to find the kill. Moo's going to be dancing on the little shed area, trying to avoid all that damage, as Corsa's going to get a cheeky headshot onto Kyuki there. It's going to be a DM fight, but Zayler once again finding an air pipe onto Yus, a little baby one this time. As Corsa's going to be taking pot shots looking for anything here, as Bear's going to leave this lower area. Zayler's going to be in a melee fight with Sin, who's going to stand on one of the rollers that Zayler headshot, and 404 is going to have a full Uber head to push into last year.
Zayler just absolutely dominated the whole team fight and did all the damage and secured most of the kills there. Now they're going to be coming in with this full Uber into last. They're bombing Zayler across the point, landing on top of them, getting some damage off onto the medic. They get Bear there. Your Uber's fading here on the shutter side. He does get caught up by Use, but everyone gets popped up into the air here. Frags are trading for each side. Looks like they're collapsing towards lower. Frog's going inside for Smiley Face, but this is absolute chaos, and it left 1v1. Patty
with 2 stickies actually cleans up the Sai and Moo Scout. Sai guy spawning on Soldier. Looks like Corsa wants to continue playing Sniper here. It looks like he might switch off though with Sai spawning. Yeah, Sai's gonna spawn on his usual role of Soldier, as free up the Scout spot for Corsa, as he we actually finally see the cookie cutter setup for both teams here finally.
Oh, wow, it took long enough.
Yeah, I think this is maybe what Sigafu wanted, the new sniper meta.
Snipers are a really good class.
As we do see about a 25% ad here for 404. They're going to be building it up as Yosh builds up. He's playing Tinkertown, building up another sentry on last. But you know, with just 10 minutes left in this second map, Meat Market's kind of in a tough spot because with the fresh cap out of Smiley, they really have nothing to lose here. They can just take super minimal risks, and Meat Market has everything to play for here. Then the game is really in their hands at this point.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Moose Sniper again, but we're gonna see what they're gonna do here in just a minute. Probably just another sack play.
Yeah, I would imagine they're gonna probably give Ash another chance at trying to sack, although they are getting aggressive in the lobby.
Whoa.
Sin is gonna juggle Ash there, and with the help of Kyuki, they're gonna clean that one up. Moo's gonna trade it out though. Kyuki gonna get juggled in the corner by the hit scan of Moo. So one down on each side. It'd be interesting to see if they opt to try and play more sniper warfare, although it looks like Corso is just gearing up to go, peeking in, and doesn't look like they're gonna walk anybody back. So just cookie cutter classes for the side of Smiley here, and I'm surprised Meat Market isn't trying to run a pick class either. They are just keeping Kyuki on scout with Yosh on the engineer, and they are going to peek up into lobby is Meat Market. They are playing really aggressive, looking for anybody they could potentially pick. Anybody peeking just a hair too far forward. And we are just going to see the stalemate once again. As Sin's finally going to be the man of the hour. He says, I'm going to make a pick happen. He's going to go spy here. As he's going to cloak in from lower. I don't think anybody saw him here, so he's going to be on an adventure. 4-4 is former Highlander medic. He is going to have his back to the wall. Yeah, he's going to have some really intelligent positioning. Going to be
get down to
he's going to get him down 13 health, and the spam is going to come in from, I want to say that is that was Use there, able to spam in from the drop down and get the force onto 4-4. As Sin was able to find a couple butter knives and a few Litron Dare shots into 4-4, get him down to just 10 health, and the combined spam threat from Use is going to find a force. So with the potential to push out here for Meat Market, they are going to take this one. They don't have a ton of opportunities to work with, as they're going to be trying to push off this ad. They're going to be working their way onto the point here. They're just going to be capping it up. Ash is still down for another couple seconds, as Sai is actually on Spy right now. And we are going to see Moo run into the lower area, going to meet up with the I'm sorry, that was Corsa in the lower area. It's going to find Use, but Sai is just hanging out, disguised as a scout on the other team. As he is going to get spotted out. He's going to go down to Use once again. So all the cheeky attempts onto Bear's life going to get shut down by Use. As 4-4 is going to be just backing up. Ash is going to die on mid as well. So bleeding players is Smiley. As they do have a pretty sizable Uber advantage, but with 4-4 only at about 75%, this is push territory for Meat Market. They do have about 7 minutes left to try and secure one more round to tie up this game. As Sin's going to bomb in trying to make space for his team, but he's going to find a Corsa who's just going to shut him down. As with 4-4 at 95%, Yosh is going to get in, but he's not going to be able to find the frag onto 4-4. 4-4 down to about 20 health, but he's able to pick up the pack, and Yosh got cleaned up there. With 2 down on the side of Meat Market, we are going to see Smiley pushing in a bit.
Looks like they're going to be able to take this really smoothly since they're 2 down. They're just going to milk this Uber. Probably going to take this lower and try and, well, no, they're probably going to stalemate this again, get their spawner. I didn't see how close they were to getting Uber. Yosh already on Sniper, preemptively waiting for this. They're going to go up to take this exchange, though. Taking Corsa in, they pop in on Patty. Patty trying to bully them out, but right now this Uber is just getting really messy with Sin getting the kill on side behind. They're just flooding into mid and getting these frags right now, pushing them back. The damage is unreal. One player stuck in kitchen. They're just bleeding really heavily on the side of Smiley Face, getting the trade out for Use, and then the demo bomb in just to lock them out. Just Corsa and 4-4 running out all the way. That was a really great re-aggression from Meat Market. I did not expect them to get all those frags.
Yeah, and Sai in the forward spawn, I actually think I heard a headshot ring out. I want to say that was onto Patty there, as Sai is breaking through, cycling through all the off classes in the forward spawn. He's going to pick up the sniper once again. He's actually going to get a decent angle onto Bear here, but Bear playing the angles very well, not giving Sai any shots on him, as Smiley is going to put up a haphazard defense on 2. Moo's going to pick up the engineer, though, trying to secure the defenses for last. And with just 5 minutes remaining, and a 4-3 game here for Smiley. Smiley's going to be holding on for dear life. And Bears got about a 30% Uber. They're going to bomb it in. 4-4 is going to make his way into spawn as they get the sentry gun here. Sin's going to be the first death of this. Yosh is going to be quick to follow, so the flank getting picked off here. Use is going to die as well. Kyuki and Bear are going to die as well. Bear's going to get the arrow kill onto Sai, but Sai, after collecting 3 frags, he's done his work. This could be a full wipe for the side of Meat Market.
CP Cheeto.
Got Roger Cheeto here as we are going to see Yosh picking up the sniper rifle once again. It's been a little quiet the last couple times he's been on sniper. We're going to get the spawn in for Patty as 404 is going to pop his Uber into mid. And it looks like Zayler's going to... Oh, Zayler's actually going to win that 1v1. Super clutch there from him. Going to kill Sin as Corsa and Yus are going to trade out on mid. So it looks like Smiley's going to be able to get mid here. But Meat Market with their potential spawns here in 2 seconds are going to have an opportunity to repush.
That was actually really insane that 404 just left Zayler out to dry and just to fight that 1v1. That almost went in the favor of Sin, and that would have really changed the really would have changed the fight. Yeah. Sin picked up that demo frag, and then he would have gone the pack and been healthy behind.
Yeah, and Yosh is actually sitting in the forwards on mid, so he's actually able to see a fair amount of mid from the forward spawns. And we are going to see Bear walking into mid. He's actually going to need an arrow from 404, and the combined pressure from Moose actually get the force here. Moose going to be the only casualty on mid as Meat Market catches up. They're actually going to catch Ash in the transition, so Kyuki, really intelligent play to hunt him down as well. With 2 down, this is an opportunity for Meat Market to try and get into 2 and force 404 as he's just coming up on his Uber. But Sai is going to find some really good rockets into Patty as Yus is going to trade that one out. But it looks like they're going to pop their Uber into mid is Moo and Co. as they are hunting down all the frags. They're going to get Yus. Zayler's going to die in the backline to Sin as Sin has an opportunity to try and 1v1 Ash here, but they're just going to be counter jumping each other playing the pack game. As it's going to be Bear and Yosh back spawning as Sai is on sniper, question mark? Okay, he's just using it to get the forward spawn. I was wondering if he was going to commit to it or not, as they do get mid on the side of Smiley.
I'm really curious to see what Meat Market are going to do with this Uber push in the mid, or if they're even going to try at all, because this is getting really to the clutch time, 2.5 minutes. They have to make something happen really quickly, and that means just getting a bunch of frags for their next push and pushing them on their last.
Yeah, I mean, they're running out of opportunities. They got to try and go with anything presented to them. Looks like they're going to try and go through kitchen. They're spotted here. Kyuki's going to get in pretty clean. They're going to pop through Uber. 404 at 95% though. He's 100 HP still. And he's going to come up on his Uber. He's got to get it. Ash and Corsa are so weak though on the other side of things. They are going to get Moo. Bear down to just 5 HP is able to narrowly avoid death. Sai was able to get so much damage into him. As Bear's going to go back. They're going to try and go back for the scout of Moo, who is trying to wreak havoc on the back line, trying to get a cheeky back cap.
That was a really poor refight from Smiley Face, because they just had their medic and demo by themselves backed out saw, and everyone else was scattered in places where they couldn't like link up with their heals or their demo men. So that turned into like a very scrappy fight quickly. Then getting caught here poking his head too early in the second. Looks like Meat Market is just drawing through lower, trying to take this opportunity right now to make this a round. Scout playing the high ground, trying to take the space here, but it looks like the bomb's coming in from the soldier. Getting denied quickly, and the frags are going in. Ash is dead. Starting to take this space here, just trying to play the slow game. They're getting their Uber right now. Looks like
Bear's going to come up on his Uber. He's going to have about a 25% add over 404, so they got to make something happen despite the fact they have a couple spawners coming in. 404 is going to be in a smart position here. Moo's going to kill Yus in the flank, but it's going to go down to Yosh on the other side of things. There is just a minute and 10 seconds left for Meat Market to try and get around to tie this game up. Patty's going to be trying to go in from lower, but 404 already has his Uber, so it's going to be a bit of exchange here. They are going to leave Bear to try and get out a lower. He's going to get out with the demo of Patty. As Moo is still dead. Moo's going to be up in 1 second though. As Ash actually dies on the other side of things. Sin and I want to say it's Kyuki got in from the shutter area. We're going to see Scion heavy above the point trying to find damage. They're going to find so much damage into all the players in Meat Market. Yosh and Bear down so weak. Sin's going to die, but we're going to trade it out for Corsa. And with the pick already on Ash, this is push territory for Meat Market. They do have 2 picks. They have to try and go off this. There's just 35 seconds for them to make something happen. But Scion the heavy is going to pick up Yosh and Patty. And Kyuki getting a 4K. Oh, absolutely huge plays coming out of Sai. It is just the spawner of Sin, which is 22 seconds left. I don't think they have time to get another push. Sin's going to be duking it out in the lobby area. Going to die to the self-damage of Ash. As Sai drops a don't in chat, as it's going to be a 4-3 game here for Smiley.
That was crazy, just the absolute, like... It was almost like no one expected the heavy to be there, and it was just no one gave that quick focus to him, and he just absolutely shredded through players there. Really good from Sai there, but he has been really dynamic, you could say, with his off-classing this whole match. But let's crack open these logs for this 1-1 half, the almost comeback for Meat Market.
Yeah, and I'm happy that this game is ending at just shy of 2 a.m. rather than 4 a.m. So a bit of a better playoff casting experience for Meat Market, for at least myself and Looster. And the big thing that stands out to me is Sin top damaging in the server at 288. Sin was going absolutely wild in that second half, despite the fact that his team was down. They need to make something happen. It was a tie second half, but with the advantage they gained in the first half, it is they did need to make something happen on the Sun and Meat Market, and they just really weren't able to find that.
Both Use and Patty struggling on their classes, despite the class change theory probably proposed by Patty. The frag's definitely falling into the favor of Meat Market, but just by a hair, with Sin and Kyuki just going all out. 25 kills for Kyuki and 19 for Sin, and the only follow up for Smiley Face was Moo and Zaylor at 19 apiece.
Yeah,
Corsa
I was gonna
also
say,
kind of going huge. Even though he did go kind of 16 and 16 here, he made a lot of damage, doing 261 DPM on Scout. Really just making damage so the rest of his team can do things.
yeah, and he had a lot of assists as well. He actually had the most assists in the server for that half, so he might have had a couple of those frags stolen from him. But I think the big standout thing to me is with how close the second half was, is that Smiley had just 200 and some odd damage, or I'm sorry, 196 more damage than the other team, and Meat Market had just 3 more kills. So it was a super close second half for both these teams, just decided by a couple hundred points of damage and a couple frag. And I think if the whole of Snakewater had been like this, we totally would have been going to a golden cap. But
oh yeah, for sure. I think if Meat Market just played that last push a bit better, we'd still be casting right now. We'd be playing the golden calf, but
yeah, we'd be waiting for the second round of ready ups, but
failed to neglect the Sai Pudas.
Yeah, you can't mess with the heavy, man. The heavy's it's a pretty powerful class. It's a little neglect, but he's very powerful in the scenarios where you aren't forced to when you're forced to play around on a last, like an engineer or heavy is a very strong pick, and the boys on Meat Market, they just didn't adequately handle the heavy. So Sai with the intelligent off classing on last was able to hold it out for his team.
That Snakewater game was wild. I might have been terribly wrong with my first prediction, but I thought Snakewater was going to be really close. I said 5-4 and it was a 4-3. Basically about the same thing, just the 1 round difference, the real nail biter on the last push as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have a ton more to add, but it is 2 a.m. and I feel like a lot of people want to go to bed, so I don't know if we want to do a quick round of shoutouts and kick it.
No, I have nothing else to add. It's a good game to watch.
All right. Yeah, I just want to make another shout out to the BTS LAN happening in January. I don't know if somebody can plug that for me, but shout out to all the teams going. We will see part of the core of Meat Market attending, being Patty, Bear, and Yosh attending on Forward, who did win the qualifiers for North America. So shout out to those guys. And if you're interested in more information, there is some more on TFTV. And I think that's about all we've got. This has been teamfortress.tv with our cast of the first round of upper bracket playoffs for RGL Invite Season 1. It's been Smiley Face versus Meat Market. Hope everybody enjoys their evening.